Let's get it! Episode 17.
18, bro. What is he
18.
talking
You
about?
sure it's 18? I was putting that shit
Come on,
online,
man.
and I think
Nah.
I think we off on the number, and I don't
Nah.
know where we off, but we gonna get that shit right.
Nah.
Episode 18, the Talk Free Podcast. I'll go by the name of Glorious Sin.
DHPOV.
Right now, this nigga Will. I ain't calling this nigga fucking show off. This nigga Will is late.
William.
As
Bill.
usual.
Bill.
This nigga Bill in traffic
Bill
on
ain't
some
here.
bullshit.
Yeah,
So we gonna
man.
go ahead and get this started like real ones do. So
You know.
the Warriors, man, they got it done. And we told y'all.
Did they get it done?
They got it done.
So all
They got it done easily.
All the videos on our Talk Free Podcast Instagram, we technically were right? Are we fortune tellers?
They got it done easy.
Like-
and we said it. We called that.
We called it.
They got it done. It was so easy, it was scary.
Like to the point where LeBron he's lost. He's in a sunken place right now.
What's crazy is people keep saying how bad it is for the league, but I'm thinking, yo, this league might get crazy. Like, cause they talking Blake Griffin and Gordon Hayward might go to the Celtics. They saying Paul George might go to the the Cavs, but they saying word around Cleveland is LeBron opting out next year,
Right.
and want to go to the Lakers or the Clippers.
That would be cool. He need to.
They talking
Or Sacramento.
They the owner for the Rockets, they was asking him, do you see the Warriors continuing to dominate the Western Conference? And he said we already got something under our sleeve that we're working on. So it
Right.
sounds like they might get a big free agent because Chris
Right.
Paul's going to be a free agent this year.
Right.
Jimmy
right.
Butler going to be a free agent. So I'm saying
Yeah.
super teams might be the next
Just build 'em.
direction.
Just build them because the smaller teams are going to get better because they got to play those teams.
True.
You have no choice but to get better.
And there's nothing wrong with having 10 great teams.
Right.
And then
Right, because we don't watch every single basketball
No,
game. But
no.
we want to see the great teams play.
we don't want to see a bunch of average teams going
Right.
against each other because
But we want to see the great players play.
We wanna see the great players
We don't
play.
want to watch the Trailblazers play. But if Damian Lillard was on a team with DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis, we would watch that.
and dig this. There was an era where the Blazers had their time. There was an era when the Blazers had Pippen, Rasheed Wallace.
Right.
There was a time with a.
don't
I'm just.
don't Pip. His name
I'm
is
just
Pip.
saying. They had Scrub Pip.
Yeah,
They had
Pip,
Scrub Pip, but they
yeah.
had Rasheed.
Right.
They had at one point it's a different era, but they had Clyde Drexler, Terry Cummings, or whatever. There was a time where the Blazers was in the finals like 3 out of 4 years or 2 out of 4 years, something crazy to the point where there was a time where they were good.
Right.
Right now they're not. So
Right.
now let's have 7 super teams.
Right, and appreciate it.
I think the league going in that direction. I think people should look at what the Warriors did and say, this is just a sign of what's to come.
Right.
Think about we don't need Gordon Hayward on the Jazz.
Right.
We don't need it.
Because Gordon Hayward's nice.
Yeah, we don't need him on the Jazz.
Right.
We don't need him on the Jazz. It's just not what we need right now. They had their run.
Right.
They had their run in the 90s.
Right.
Let them be trash for a little bit. I mean, they've already been trash for a little bit, but let them continue to be trash for a little bit.
Right.
They had their run.
Right.
Let my man Gordon come to the Celtics.
Right.
If you go to the Celtics with him,
Tequila.
that tequila, brother.
Tequila.
If Gordon Hayward, Blake Griffin go to the Celtics with Isaiah Thomas, and if they're able to acquire them in free
And
agency
keep Horford. LeBron got a problem.
like the league can be very interesting.
Cause they could trade that little first
Draft
round.
pick.
Yeah, and the Clippers might take
But they don't even need to trade it because Blake a free agent. So they don't even need to trade for these
Yeah,
dudes.
yeah.
As long as they got the cap room, as long as they're able to, at this point, okay, so dig this. Paul Pierce did it, right? He did it where he recruited Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett. LeBron took that blueprint and did it to another degree. He said, all right, well, they did it, but they was a little bit going over the hump. They were coming out of their prime. I'm going to do it with 3 people in their prime.
right.
KD said, well, I'm going to do it with a team that's already good.
Right.
And I'm going to go to them. These other players going to be like, all right, well, it's proven that it's okay to sometimes take less money
Right.
to, first of all, you playing longer in the season.
Right.
So you getting more endorsement money because they want to pay you more because your sneakers are going to be on TV for longer. Your
Right.
sneakers are going to
Right.
be on
Right.
TV when,
Right.
because now you don't know every Clippers game isn't on national television.
Right, and you getting TV deals.
You getting TV
like
deals.
The Suns, they not always on TV, but like you said, teams like the Warriors are always on TV,
TV,
even over here on the East Coast.
and if you're in the playoffs, they have to put you on TV.
Right.
Playoff teams they got so you're gonna get more endorsement money.
Right.
So
Even the Bulls.
no matter
Yeah.
what's you could be the Jazz if you're in the playoffs, you on TV.
Right.
So now they seeing like, yo, it's worth taking a little bit less money if I'm not only got to guarantee a chip, but I'm gonna guarantee me to contend late in the playoffs.
Right.
We need these super teams. I think between the next 2 to 3 years, we might see some of the best basketball
For real.
we've ever seen.
Right, because all the great players are all gonna be playing against each other in the best games. You know what I'm saying? Like usually it's like it might be a great player, but his team ain't really helping. Like Melo,
Yeah,
you know what
like
I'm saying?
Melo.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
Anthony Davis.
Bernard King used to average like 35 points a game. And his team wasn't that
Right.
good. You know what I
Right.
mean? I think it was the Knicks, but it was
Right.
just Larry and Magic.
Right.
It was Larry and Magic going at it,
Right.
and then for a time it was just Jordan and whoever come out the West.
Right.
And then there was a time where it was just Tim Duncan or Shaq. Like it was one of them two.
Right.
So now if we get the Warriors, that's nice. But then if you get Hayward and Blake go to the Celtics might compete with the Cavs, especially if they get Paul George. Now you don't know who's going to win that. Now if Chris Paul goes to the Spurs, at least they going to give the Warriors a run for their money.
And that starts my argument.
What?
LeBron never had a coach. Let LeBron get a coach like Doc Rivers and a DeAndre Jordan and a.
But my question is, my rebuttal to that is, how do we know what the coach will become? And I say that to say, when Phil Jackson first came to the Bulls, he's never had a professional coaching job. The players were just willing to say, yo, whatever we are doing is not working. Jordan was dominating every single year in and year out, but it wasn't getting him over the hump.
Right.
So he said, let my coach.
Right.
Let me just be a player.
Right.
If you continue to have coaches that quote unquote aren't good coaches, but the Warriors picked up Mike Brown, why would they pick him up if he not good? You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So Phil Jackson was good because niggas was willing, or people was willing to listen to him.
Right.
It's not like Phil Jackson came to the Bulls with a proven track record.
Right.
They just listened.
Right.
So has LeBron had coaches?
I mean, I wouldn't say he had coaches because, I mean, Mike Brown was probably like a, young coach.
So was Phil. When Phil came to the Bulls, he's never, ever coached on an NBA team ever. Mike's first 3 years, he had 3 different coaches. Every year, he had a different coach. And then he got Doug Collins. And then Phil Jackson was the assistant coach for 2 years. And then he became the head coach. Kind of like how Tyronn Lue was assistant coach to David Blatt and became the head coach.
Right.
So it's like, all a coach is someone that it manages the stars, really, right? Because Phil Jackson didn't even come up with the triangle offense. It was that dude, Tex Winter. He was like a college coach and an ABA coach. So it's like, I agree LeBron never had a coach. But I say that to say, if every coach he had, we said wasn't coaching him right, what's the common denominator?
I mean, I just think that there's times that LeBron, whoever's making them decisions, and they say it's LeBron, so let's just say LeBron's making them decisions. They're not the right decisions. Just like, J.R. Smith, 6th man of the year.
Right.
Why is he starting? Y'all picked up Korver, a proven starter.
Right.
Always been a starter.
Right.
Why is he coming off the bench? Like, that right there should have been a coaching decision. Start Korver, make J.R. Smith come off the bench. But LeBron wants to play the coach, and that's what's messing him up. So if he had a great coach, he would be way better than Jordan.
But what's a great coach? I say that to say, when Shaq left the Bulls, when Shaq left the Lakers, when Shaq left the Lakers was trash. They weren't good until they got Powell.
Right.
They were trash.
So
how much was Phil Jackson and how much was just he had great talent?
Could Tyronn Lue sit LeBron, or could LeBron sub himself back in?
So let me tell you this. I don't know the true ins and outs, but I know when they fired David Blatt, they said they fired David Blatt because he was being too nice and soft to the stars. Like, he would let the stars do whatever they want. He wouldn't call them out when he was watching game film, and Tyronn Lue would. So supposedly, the front office for Cleveland said...
Tyronn Lue probably knows basketball a little
and he
bit.
played with Jordan.
Right.
on the Wizards. He played. He did. He played with Kobe.
Right.
So he was coached by Phil Jackson.
Right.
So he had a little bit of knowledge.
Right.
So supposedly, this is
Right.
just from the NBA insiders. They were saying that Tyronn Lue got the position because he was willing to check LeBron.
Right.
So
supposedly.
I say that to say, at what point does LeBron have to make a coach? Because in my opinion, Jordan made Phil. Because if Phil never coached before Jordan, he didn't come up with the triangle. Jordan probably did his job to check his teammates and said, we gonna listen to him. So let's say LeBron did have a bad coach. Let's say David Blatt was a bad coach. You saying David Blatt was a bad coach? Mike Brown was a bad coach. Paul Silas was a bad coach. Paul Silas was supposedly one of the best coaches. Paul Silas was a bad coach who was LeBron's coach when he first came in the league. Eric Spoelstra was a bad coach. Let me guess, Pat Riley was a bad front office person because every year I seen LeBron play, he played the same. Pick and roll, isolation. At what point does your star have to say, I'm going to just be a basketball player, you show me the way?
Well, for maybe his first 7 years, he didn't have nobody where he could rely on somebody.
A coach?
Even another player, to the point where, he has to take over. So that's probably was built in him.
So let's get to the
Now.
nitty gritty. LeBron just lost. Coach or not, he lost.
Right.
Will LeBron ever be able to catch Jordan? Is LeBron better than Jordan now?
LeBron is better than Jordan.
Because there's people that says right now,
I'm saying it,
with 3 rings
that he's better
and
than
5
Jordan.
losses.
All his stats say it.
What stats?
His rebounds, his assists. His points wise in the playoffs, he scored more.
No, Jordan averages more in the playoffs.
I didn't say average, but he
Total?
scored more.
But dig this. When we crown someone a scoring leader of the league, do we go by points per game or the total points? Points per game. When we say somebody is the rebounding leader, what do we go by? Rebounds per game or total rebounds? Rebounds per game. We never ever went by totals. The person who said that totals stuff is just LeBron James lovers who wants to create new stats. We never ever in the history of basketball looked at totals in any factor. We always looked at steals per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, points per game. All of a sudden, we're looking at total points. Total points just means you played in more games. LeBron played in 33 more playoff games in order to beat Jordan's total scoring. So per game shows your efficiency.
So if LeBron is passing the ball more and being more of a playmaker, then why would he have more
But
points?
if he's being more of a playmaker, he's such this amazing playmaker, why isn't he winning more?
Because he didn't have that many playmakers. If he keeps this Cavs team, as far as Kyrie, Kevin Love, and just keep building around them, they will beat that Warriors team.
That's not what it's about. If LeBron is the greatest of all time, that means he's taken down great teams.
Okay.
So this Warriors is a great team.
Right.
Jordan is already the greatest before LeBron. So in order for LeBron to say, let me put an exclamation point on my career and show you why I'm dethroning the king, that would mean he would have to do the unthinkable. He would have to dethrone the great teams because Jordan dethroned that Piston teams with 3 Hall of Famers under 30. That team that he couldn't get over the hump, continued to try. 2 years in a row, he lost to the Pistons. But then he finally said, let me adjust my game. He said he got in the weight room. He got stronger, so they weren't able to bully him because supposedly the Pistons came up with the Jordan rules. This is how we going to stop Jordan. And 2 years in a row they lost, but then he got over the hump. This quote-unquote great team. That Pistons team is one of the, if you talk about the greatest teams ever, they was easily top 5, unless you talk about them teams in the 50 that played with 7 other teams. So one of the best teams ever, he dethroned them. He dethroned the Lakers. It wasn't the Showtime Lakers, but he dethroned one of the greatest franchises ever, the Lakers, with a young Magic Johnson and a young James Worthy. So he was able to get over these quote-unquote great teams. You can say that the teams now are greater, but Jordan can't control that. The great teams in his era, he dethroned them. When one of the first teams to quote-unquote build a super team, Charles Barkley, Tom Chambers, Dan Marley, Tom Dumas or whatever his name is that averaged like 18 points a game. No. It was his name was like something Dumas. He wasn't like a amazing player his whole career, but he was averaging like 18 in that season. Like he was like what, a CJ McCollum was now. But The point is he dethroned them. Jordan dethroned them. Like, they were supposed to be the team to do it. They won like 63 games or something. Jordan took them
All right,
out.
well, what about when LeBron dethroned Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili?
He did do it.
Right.
He did do it, but I'm saying he only won 3 rings, right? So if we're strictly talking rings, and we can go past rings, but because we're talking about
Who
rings,
LeBron beat? He beat the Thunder.
he beat the young Thunder, where everybody was under 24
He
or
beat
23.
the Spurs.
He did beat the Spurs, and he beat the Warriors. Yeah. He beat some solid teams, but if we're gonna call him the greatest,
The teams that Jordan's played never won any rings. Like, they've always been like kind of mediocre because the West were,
yeah, the East were the best teams. The East were the best teams. That's true. And,
Right.
and honestly, I'm objective enough to say I think LeBron's played better teams. There's no way to say it though. There's no
'Cause,
way
I
to
mean,
say
Jordan
it for sure.
did have to make it through the East.
He had to make it through the East
to get there.
He had to make it through Clyde Drexler. He had to make it through Charles Barkley when he was on the Sixers. I know he wasn't that nice, but he made it through Patrick Ewing 3 straight years. He had to make it through Dominique Wilkins at Dikembe Mutombo, and niggas want to talk about Dikembe Mutombo. Dikembe Mutombo, a Hall of Famer. Like, he was the truth, rebounding wise and defense wise. So, and even if we don't talk rings, Jordan got more MVPs. So here's this.
But hold on,
Here's this.
LeBron should have more MVPs.
But here's
though.
this.
How many Jordan got?
So here's this. People say, let's talk about, because first off, I just want to address this. Basketball is a team sport,
Right.
right?
Right.
So we should talk about team accomplishments as well.
Right.
Like, in order to be the greatest basketball player, because it's a team sport, you also have to have team accolades, period. If you want to be the greatest,
Okay.
you can say he played against better teams, but being the greatest means you dethrone those better teams. Because all you saying is he played it, or period. People say LeBron played against better teams. So you're saying Jordan would have lost to them teams too. But we don't know. We can't gauge that. We don't know that for sure.
You think they was beating the Warriors?
We just don't know.
I think the Warriors is the best team.
We just don't know. And look, peep this. People said that Jordan team is the greatest team ever. Like, right now, there's people that would say this Warriors team is not as great as that Bulls teams.
Oh, okay.
The Bulls team had one other All-Star. It was Jordan and Pippen. Now, they did have Rodman, but he wasn't an All-Star.
So
They had Kukoc. He wasn't an All-Star.
Really an All-Star?
Yes, Bosh averaged 26 and 10 before he went to the Heat.
He was like Love on
And
Minnesota.
Love was nice.
Right, but I mean, if you there by yourself, somebody's gonna shine. He was just the best.
I mean,
player
there's a
on the
lot of
team.
players that's there by themselves that ain't shining. So we can't say that for sure. But look, so I say that to say we can't completely rule out rings. But even if we don't talk rings, let's talk because I heard people always say, give me a reason why Jordan is better than LeBron without bringing up rings.
Right.
So we're not going to talk about team awards.
Right.
Let's talk about individual awards.
You can't stop LeBron.
Jordan has more MVPs. Jordan has 5, LeBron has 4.
LeBron. What? And LeBron should have 6.
We can say Jordan should have 10, but he doesn't. He has 4. Jordan has 5. Jordan has 10 scoring titles, the most all time. All time. No one has more scoring titles than Jordan. He has 10. LeBron never won a defensive player of the year. Jordan got a defensive player of the year. LeBron does have more all NBA teams. He has 13. Jordan has 12. Jordan has 9 all defense first team selections, the most of all time. So you saying by having the most scoring titles of all time, he's the most prolific scorer we've ever seen. He has the most first team all defense selections, which means arguably the best perimeter defender we've ever seen. So we're saying he's a better so if he is the most first team all defense and more defensive players of the year, is it safe to say he's a better defender than LeBron?
I mean, no. I think back when Jordan was playing defense, I don't think people was really playing defense.
Why?
I think there's just a lot more people who play defense than LeBron.
But regardless, so if he's the greatest, Jordan said, I don't care if I'm not a defensive first player. Because I'm so competitive, which he was so much more competitive than LeBron. He said, I want to have a defensive player of the year. I know Gary Payton is a defender. I know that's what his main attribute is. But I'm Jordan. I want to be the greatest ever. I'm going to beat him at what he's great at. And this isn't even my greatest attribute. So I'm going to win defensive player of the year. The only player to win defensive player of the year and lead the league in scoring the same year. So in that year, he was the best defender and the best scorer. So that's another reason why I think Jordan is. I don't even think LeBron is close to Jordan in my opinion. And you know why he's
But
not
how
that,
hasn't LeBron?
he's not really that competitive.
LeBron is like the best defender though.
But we say that. But is he? He get blocks. He do flashy stuff.
I just don't think he can really shut down.
That's what Jordan did. He would pull them shorts up and he was locking you down. You wasn't moving. Like he wasn't letting you move. And you know what? It wasn't even that he was a better defender. He wanted it more. I think what really separates Jordan and LeBron is Jordan wants it more. He's willing.
LeBron is built with it.
LeBron was too good from birth.
Yeah, right.
He was too good.
Right.
He came out the womb 13 pounds, 2 feet tall, was bigger than everybody from Pee Wee, faster than everybody, so he never developed any skills. The reason why we say LeBron is better than Jordan because he's probably the most talented player the most talented athlete we've ever seen.
Right.
Maybe besides Bo Jackson.
Right.
Him and Bo Jackson, like as far as talent.
I mean, when you say that, it makes sense because AI, he had to work on his skill because he wasn't.
He was so small.
Right.
He was so
Right.
small,
No, that
and
makes
he had to
sense, though.
find different ways to score.
That's the difference, though. You have to be able to explain the difference between talent and skill.
And skill.
Because some people think just because you have a jumper, you have talent. Which no, you have skill.
You worked on it.
Like Klay Thompson. What would you say? He has a talent or he has a skill?
I think that's a skill. I think
Right.
you got in the gym and you practice
Right.
that jump shot.
Because he's not like running around dunking on everybody like LeBron.
He's
like,
slow.
Like Vince Carter
Play
had
slow.
talent.
Vince Carter had talent, and
Right.
it's your job to take that. Now, don't get me wrong. Jordan had talent.
Right.
He's 6'7" and could fly.
Right.
But
he worked on that mid range.
I think Jordan's best attribute was his mid range. His best attribute was the fact Jordan didn't. He played a level of isolation ball, but he didn't over dribble.
So what you saying is LeBron's talent is his passing? Because that's a talent.
LeBron's talent is LeBron.
He do need to make his talent more scoring as far as like jump shooting wise.
He needs to tap into something.
He don't have a jump shot.
We don't know what LeBron's
He don't
strongest
have a
trait
crazy
is.
jump shot.
The best thing about LeBron is his physical ability.
Right.
That's what separates LeBron. To me, the only reason why I wouldn't put Oscar Robertson over LeBron is Oscar Robertson only got 1 MVP. He's only won 1 title. But his numbers, he averaged 26, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. Like, his numbers are immaculate. And people say LeBron is the best all-around player. I think Oscar Robertson, in my opinion, is the best all-around player. And he could score with the best of them.
They just don't have a video.
And he played with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or at that point he played with Lou Alcindor, who was his name at that point. So he played with. So he got a ring with Lou Alcindor or with Kareem. So I just don't know how. I just don't. I don't know how dominant he was in the league year in and year out, because I'm looking. I didn't have the luxury of watching him play, so I'm just looking back. So I'm seeing his numbers are immaculate, but he's only won 1 MVP. Right. So I don't know, but I say that to say I think Jordan's best attribute, the best thing for him, is his physical ability. He never tapped in and found it. He never developed a low post game. LeBron, I'm sorry. LeBron's best attribute is his physical ability. He never established a low post game.
Right.
He never established a jump shot.
Right.
He can't even shoot free throws. Like that means he's spending more time in the weight room than in the gym.
Right.
That's my biggest critique with LeBron. I think he never strapped down and said, "This is what I'm going to zone into." He just is great at everything.
I feel like Kawhi is a better offensive player than LeBron. I mean, as far as like jump shooting wise and just like
and skill,
scoring, yeah,
yep.
skill wise.
I think he developed a better skill set.
Right.
I think LeBron just didn't have to.
Right. Just
but
bigger.
I think that's his downfall, because we can talk about how great of teams LeBron played, but let's talk about how great of a team LeBron played on. Let's talk about the fact that he played with Dwayne Wade, who was arguably one of the best closers we've ever seen. Before LeBron came to that Heat, we remember Dwayne Wade would take over fourth quarters and score 20 points in a quarter.
Right.
We remember them down 2-0 to the Mavericks.
He was kind of like older when he went.
True. Well, he was under 30.
Did they come in the same year?
Yeah, they came in the league at the same year. But Wade did like 3 years in college or something.
Right,
so I say
older.
that to say Wade wasn't old when LeBron went there.
Right.
They both been in the league for like 7 years.
Injury prone.
A little bit, but before LeBron went there, Dwayne Wade was averaging 26 to 27 points. Like, Dwayne Wade wasn't losing a step at all.
Right.
But we remember Dwayne Wade from playing with LeBron for so long, we forget just the year before LeBron came, Dwayne Wade was the man.
Right.
So it's like LeBron played great teams, but he was on great enough teams to blow through the league.
Right.
With his physical ability, if he zoned in and tapped into his skill set, I think that's what separates. When you talk about greatest players, you can't just talk about the stat sheet. You can't just talk about rings. You got to talk about intangibles. You got to talk about the fact when it was at the end of a game, who was going to say, I want it more than everybody on the court? Who's putting in just as much work in the gym as they do in the weight room? I'm convinced LeBron not in the gym. How you not a good free throw shooter? You're not Shaq. Like, his free throw shooting is bad. It's almost Hack-a-Shaq bad. You dig what I'm saying? So how haven't you developed a jump shot by now? A consistent. How haven't you developed a post game? You 6'7", you 6'8". You got Jordan by.
He's easily the best overall player ever.
I think we throwing that around too loosely. I think he's the most talented player ever.
He should be a power forward, but he's running around like a point guard. He's shooting like a shooting guard. He's dunking like a small forward, and he does have power like a power forward.
So he's the best athlete
he can
ever.
defend centers.
So he's the best athlete ever. Oh, wait. Why are you saying that? I just want to take another shot to kill at that whole LeBron is great because he can play all 5 positions. We keep saying what he can do. What has he done? There's never been a time where I seen DeAndre Cousins or DeMarcus Cousins killing the Cavs and LeBron saying, "Let me go stick him." We say he can stick a center because he's big enough, but does he? Was he sticking KG when they was playing against the Celtics? No, Chris Bosh was. So I know what you're saying, but I think we give LeBron too much credit for what he can do and not what he does do. Can he defend all 5 positions? Probably. Does he defend all 5 positions? No. They say Magic can play all 5 positions because he did play all 5 positions. There was a time where in the finals, Magic played center. So I think people are throwing that around because they see Magic do it. So they're like, LeBron can defend all 5 positions. LeBron can play all 5 positions. But did he? No. So we can't use that as a way to dethrone Jordan. If LeBron wants to dethrone Jordan, he has to do it. He can't do it off potential. I think they're saying LeBron is better than Jordan off potential. He can potentially guard all 5 positions, but he doesn't. Because if he did, he would have won Defensive Player of the Year at least once. True? Would he? Jordan has more MVPs than LeBron. Jordan has more defensive players of the year than LeBron. Jordan has more scoring titles than LeBron. Jordan has more first-team all-defensive selections than LeBron. Jordan made it to the All-Star game every year of his career. LeBron didn't. Jordan made it to the playoffs every year of his career. LeBron didn't. Want to put the cherry on top? Jordan is 6-0 in the finals. LeBron is 3-5. So people love to say, stop talking about rings. Well, what if we talk about everything else? Jordan has led the league in steals 5 times. LeBron has never done it. So the only thing LeBron can do better than Jordan that you can say that he does that better than Jordan is pass. You can't even say he rebounds better. You know why? For his career, LeBron's he averaged 7 rebounds, which is great. Jordan averages 6. LeBron is 4 inches taller and 50 pounds heavier than Jordan. So 4 inches taller, 50 pounds heavier,
tries to do,
but only averages 1 more rebound. So is he
to.
a better rebounder? No. I think they're just as good. So if you talk about what Jordan can do or what LeBron can do better than Jordan, pass. And guess what? What is the most important stat in basketball? Scoring. You think that's wrong? Think about the top 20 players of all time. How many of them are passers? Nobody cares about passing. I'm sorry. Passing is good when you're a role player. When you talk about passers, you talk about Magic Johnson. Think about everybody else. Kobe. He's one of the best players of all time. Score. Larry Bird, one of the best players of all time. Score. Jordan, one of the best players of all time. Score. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the best players of all time. Score. Wilt Chamberlain. Score. Oscar Robinson, score, but he can do other things too. You know, we said Bird. Yeah, we said Bird. Hakeem Olajuwon, score.
Wilkins.
Charles Barkley, score. Dominique Wilkins, score. James Worthy, score. Scoring is the most important stat. But we want to know how to pass. You're going to be a passer. So LeBron is a better passer than Jordan. Name me something else.
So are you saying that he's doing other things?
Do it. Yeah. Start it. Start it again. No, you said the camera stop.
So are you saying that LeBron does all these other things so that they don't compare him to Jordan as much?
I'm saying LeBron doesn't do anything better than Jordan but pass. So what are the other things? If Jordan scores better, their rebounding is the same. He defends better, gets more steals. He has more championships. What does LeBron do better than Jordan besides pass?
But LeBron has at least 8 more years. So if LeBron wins 3 more, then you have to give it to him.
Well, we can say if all day. If was a fifth, I'd be turned. But if ain't a fifth. Guess what else would have happened? LeBron's going to have some descending years. Jordan averages 30 points for his career. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, roughly. This is including 2 years being over 40 playing for the Wizards. So those are 2 years where his numbers weren't really that good, factored in, which are bringing his averages down. So I say that to say, I'll match you. Maybe LeBron does have a couple of more good years and could possibly do some great things. It could. But guess what also probably is going to happen? He's going to have 2 years where he's old. And he's riding somebody's coattail, the same way Kobe did. Unless you say LeBron's going to retire in 2 years. He's going to be old one day. And I think LeBron loves basketball just like Tom Brady loves football. Eventually, we're going to see the decline. We seen it with Joe Montana. We seen it with Kobe Bryant.
But what if LeBron has 40, he averages 40 for the next 5 years?
He could.
Because he could.
He could.
And the way that he's carrying his body and pacing himself.
But guess what?
He
It ain't happened
will.
yet. It ain't happened yet.
Because he's trying to get everybody else involved. Now he knows what he got to do.
But did he? He obviously it wasn't working. It wasn't working. That's another thing. There's a thing with when you're talking to greatest of all time, there's a thing called IQ. There's a thing called if I'm being a playmaker and I'm getting my teammates involved and I'm still losing, let me adjust. Because at one point, Jordan was just a scorer. Jordan averaged 37 points one year. 37 points while still averaging 5 assists and 5 rebounds. But he said, yo, if I'm a win, I got to just average 30.
But Jordan had Pippen, though.
No. He averaged 37. He had Pippen after year 6.
I'm saying, but Pippen helped him get them rings.
Okay, he did. But Dwayne Wade helped LeBron get rings. Kyrie averaged helped LeBron get rings. So what are we saying? We're not saying anything.
I mean, Pippen was trash, though.
And Pippen was trash. But here's another thing. We love to say the fact that Jordan has more rings and is undefeated in the finals is because he had a better team than LeBron. But here's a stat people fail to mention. Jordan has only played with more than one All-Star one time, and that was Charles Oakley, who only averaged 12 points. And somehow he made it to the All-Star game. I don't know how. But the point is, there was only one time in Jordan's career did he play with more than one All-Star. Out of the 8 times LeBron been to the finals, 5 of those years, he had 2 All-Stars on his team. Who had the better team? There's never been a time in Jordan's finals career that there was more than one player averaging 15 points. There was Jordan averaging 30, Pippen averaging like 17, and then somebody averaging 12, 11, 10. There's never been a time where 2 other players averaged 15 points per game. Out of the 8 times LeBron has been to the finals, 7 of those times, 7, except for the year when he went with that scrub Cleveland team, 7 times he had at least 2 players averaging 15 points. 6 of those times he had somebody else averaging 20 points. So I say that to say LeBron had amazing teams as well. And if he's the greatest of all time, he should have got 8 rings. You the greatest, you play with great talent, but you still getting scorched in the finals. What's happening?
I mean, at the end of the day, he don't have players that come through for him like Jordan did.
Who came through for Jordan? Who could
Steve
Jordan
Kerr.
say at the end of the game, take over? I need you to take over. I need you to go get 15 points in 1 quarter. Nobody. Pippen ain't scoring 15 points in a quarter. Pippen ain't scoring 15 points in a quarter. It's not happening. Pippen was solid, in my opinion. Overrated. But listen, He could average 15 points in a game.
So Jordan have nobody that could just take over whenever he wanted to.
No. He had somebody who could take over defensively. Pippen could take over defensively. Dennis Rodman could get rebounds. Jordan has never played with a player to where if he was off, could say, I got you. I'm taking this game over. I can score 50. Pippen ain't scoring 50, bro. He ain't scoring 50. Kyrie can score 50. And he's proven it. I'm not speaking of ifs. I'm not talking ifs. Ain't no Jordan. When I say Pippen couldn't score 50, that's a fact. Pippen ain't taking over the game if Jordan is off. If LeBron is off, it is a proven fact Dwayne Wade can take over a fourth quarter. It is a proven fact Kyrie can take over a fourth quarter. Now, I'm not saying these stats to say LeBron had better teams than Jordan. I'm saying this because when we do mention rings, and yes, I'm bringing up rings now, we love to say, no, let's not talk about rings. This is a team sport. Why aren't we talking about rings? If it wasn't about rings, Wilt Chamberlain might have been the best player of all time. Wilt Chamberlain's probably one of the most all-around players. He used to score 50. He scored 100 points, but he only had 2 rings. Bill Russell was killing him in the championship. That's why we don't bring up. If you bring up Wilt Chamberlain numbers, his numbers was immaculate. He averaged like 28 points, 15 rebounds, something crazy, 3 blocks. But you got to win if you want to be the greatest, because it is a team sport. If you want to just talk individuals, go play tennis. But even if we talk individual numbers, Jordan has the better individual numbers. Then dig this. We want to talk coaches. Oh, Jordan has had Phil Jackson. Jordan's first 3 years in the league, he had a different coach all 3 years. Young coaches. He had to go through the cycle. He eventually had Doug Collins. I think it was Doug Collins, and Phil Jackson was his assistant, and Phil Jackson eventually became the head coach. Phil Jackson had never coached for an NBA team before he coached for the Bulls. They won a championship. Was it Phil Jackson or was it just LeBron? I mean, was it just Jordan saying, I'm getting over the hump? Because every year of Jordan's career, he got further in the playoffs. First 3 years, he lost in the first round. Then he lost in the second round. The next 2 years, he lost in the Eastern Conference Finals. Next year, he won a chip. Never turned back. So, and this was before Phil. First round, 3 times lost. Then he made it to the second round. Lost. But all right, next year, made it to the conference finals. Lost. But then next year, he made it to the conference finals again. Then next year, he won a chip. Well, I say that to say he eventually got over the hump. He eventually learned his lesson. He adjusted, and that's why I'm gonna get back to that.
But the Bulls was nice when Jordan retired. So what you mean?
No, they weren't.
How?
But wait.
They went
you
to
the, when he retired the first time.
They went to the to the conference finals without him. So they didn't need Jordan.
What else you got to say? Is that all?
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. If LeBron left that team, they're not even making the playoffs.
If was a fifth, I'll be drunk. Let me tell you this. When Jordan first retired, the Bulls made it to the playoffs. They did. They lost in the second round. How good were they? But I'll give it to you. They lost in the second round. They made it to the playoffs without Jordan. Got you. I feel you. Then what happened the next year? Scrubs. They were 31-31 on the verge of not even. This is the part that nobody talks about. Without Jordan, his second year, when Pippen had to continue to be good, they were 31-31, about to not even make the playoffs. Jordan out there playing baseball. Somebody called Jordan, hey, Jordan, your Bulls looking bad out here, brother. Jordan came out of retirement at the end of the season. He didn't come out of retirement in the beginning of the season and say, I'm coming back. He seen his Bulls getting scorched, about to not even make the playoffs, came out of retirement on the last 17 games, won 13 out of 17, helped his Bulls squeeze into the playoffs. They did lose in the second round, but this wasn't even off a full season. This is off 17 games. The very next year, his first full season.
Man, I didn't even know that.
His only full season after retirement, 3 straight rings. 3-peat. Who else is 3-peated? Jordan, the Lakers, and I think that old Celtics team.
Jordan and the Lakers.
Jordan and the Lakers and that old, like
Kobe.
people didn't because not Kobe, Shaq and Kobe. Most of these teams that 3-peated had another player who can take over a game.
Right.
Think about the Showtime Lakers. Magic can take over a game, but he had one of the most prolific scorers of all time in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that could also take over a game.
James
Worthy could also take over a game. Think about the Celtics. They had Larry Bird. Kevin McHale is, I mean, come on.
Yeah, he was nice.
One of the best players of all time.
Right.
Robert Parrish,
Right.
one of the best players of all time.
Right.
Luke Walton, one of the best big men of all time. So it's like all these other teams had other players who could dominate a basketball game.
Right.
Jordan played with players who could dominate their role.
Right.
Pippen could dominate defensively,
Right. Rodman.
but Rodman could dominate on the boards. But that's where the buck stopped. No one, he could never, he had the flu and had to score the most points. Like, he had to do it. Like, because there's no way anybody else was helping him. Now, I say that to say, right, granted, people will say, well, LeBron, the 8 games LeBron missed this year, his team lost all 8. That's true. They'll say when LeBron got on the bench, his team would start losing, and that's true. But that's what happens when you try to be the center of the offense. As much as Jordan scored 40 points, Jordan scored out of that triple threat. Jordan wasn't dribbling around the court. He'd get the ball, pump fake, jab step, basket. Jab step, jump shot. He was ball dominant, but he didn't take the air out the ball.
Right.
What that does is that allows space and movement. He understood I can't just score 40 a game because that's what he was doing. He was scoring 40. He was averaging 37, 35. That's unheard of. He realized I got to stop scoring a little bit. Let me get my assist numbers up. At what point is LeBron going to say, I'm not Magic. You're not the best passer in the league.
Let me get my scoring up.
So you obviously this playmaker stuff ain't working. Yes, you're getting to the finals, but you're not closing. Since when has number 2 been a gauge on the best? We're gauging LeBron on how many times he came in second place. How many times has Michael Phelps came in second place? I don't know. Probably never. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about how many times Michael Phelps won the silver medal. We don't talk about how many times Usain Bolt won the silver medal. We talk about how many times he's won gold. That's all that matters. I don't care if you lose in the finals or if you lose in the first round. Guess what? You're not a champion. We don't talk about who the Lakers beat when they three-peated. You probably can't even name those 3 teams. Who? I remember the Sixers because I'm from Philly, and I remember they
Pistons.
beat the Pacers.
Pistons.
Did they beat the Pistons? I think they lost to the Pistons.
I thought the Pistons, they didn't beat them. They didn't go back.
I don't know. But I say that to say we don't really talk about second place. So I'll rephrase this again. Jordan has more team accomplishments than LeBron. Is that a fact?
Yeah.
He has more individual accomplishments because he has more MVPs, more defensive players of the year, more times leading the league in steals, more times leading the league in scoring. LeBron has only led the league in scoring once. He's never led the league in rebounds. He's never led the league in assists. So what are you great at? And I say that as I love LeBron, but you're comparing him to a player who did everything at a high level. He came in the league as the best scorer. People said that's all they can do is score. Guess what he did? Locked in, pulled his shorts up, played defense, became defensive player of the year. Led the league in steals. They said, oh, he can do individual things, but he can't win. Won 6 championships. The most finals MVPs of all time. Bill Russell got 11 finals. How many finals MVPs does he have? I don't know. Maybe they didn't have that award back then. I'm not going to say I know that. I don't know. How many finals MVPs does Magic got? He got 5 rings. Jordan got 6 finals MVPs, 3-peated twice. How many times has Magic 3-peated? I don't think he's ever 3-peated. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's ever 3-peated. I don't think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has ever 3-peated. He could have. I could be wrong there. He may have done it once. Jordan did it twice.
So who did LeBron lose to? He lost to
the Warriors
twice.
Lost to the Warriors twice. He lost to the Spurs twice. And he lost to the Dallas Mavericks.
Right.
Choked against the Dallas Mavericks. He lost to a Warriors team, but you can say his players got hurt. But I say that to say, if you want to dethrone the king, shouldn't you have to do amazing things? He's done one amazing thing. I can say that. When he came back from 3-1 against a 73-10 team or whatever, that was great. I give that to him. That was great. But he can't dethrone the king for doing one great thing. When Jordan overcame the Pistons, that was looked at as great because he kept hitting the wall. They had the Jordan rules. Dig this. Jordan's second year in the league, 6 games in, he broke his foot, missed 64 games, came back for the playoffs. He gave Larry Bird 63, averaged 43 points in that series. Now, of course, they got swept. Larry Bird went on to win the championship. They had 5 Hall of Famers on that team, FYI. But I say that to say, Jordan has always took what people said he can't do and went and did it. They said all he can do is score. He started playing defense. They say he couldn't pass. He averages 6 assists, which is great for somebody who's averaging 40 points. They said he couldn't win. He won 6 rings, never lost. You say don't bring up titles. Well, then bring up something that LeBron is better than Jordan at. Because everything I've heard, Nick Wright, Colin Cowherd, all these guys, they're talking about opinionated things. Jordan can guard all 5. I mean, LeBron can guard all 5 positions, does he? LeBron can play all 5 positions, does he? LeBron can score whenever he wants, does he? We're talking about a bunch of opinionated things. Let's hardcore facts. What is LeBron better than Jordan at? Go. Passing. I'll give him that. What else? He's stronger. I'll give him that. He's played more seasons. I'll give him that. What else?
Man, he lived up to the hype since he's been in the league.
He's lived up to the hype. I can name a ton of players that live up to the hype. Yao Ming lived up to his hype. Players live up to their hype.
So what, is he going to be number 2? Best ever?
That's what it looks like to me. He ain't being number. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Oh, so how can it happen?
It can't.
Why not? What if he won 5 straight?
He won't. He won't. And I'm saying we can say ifs. What ifs? People are saying he's better than Jordan now. And the only way he's better than Jordan, in my opinion, he gets gym and works on his game. That's all I challenge him to do. Get better at something. From when LeBron came in the league, this is a real question. Let's play the eye test. Let's throw stats out because we just proved Jordan got him beat on stats, right? He got more awards. He's got more trophies. He's led. LeBron's never led the league in anything but scoring 1 time. That's it. Jordan's led the league in scoring 10 times and led the league in steals 5 times. So he's got more individual accolades. He's got more team accolades. But let's throw the stats out the window. When LeBron first came in the league to when he's in the league now. Honest opinion. How is his game now that you can say I can tell he worked at that a lot?
You do got a better jump shot. It's better. It's not sharpshooter.
Dig this. Remember when the Spurs or the Heat lost to the Spurs the last time? I don't know if you remember that series. They lost 4-1. And they lost 4-1 again. This is the second time losing 4-1. He got swept again. So LeBron, when he loses in the finals, he loses bad, just to say that. And Jordan never played in the game 7. He got everybody out by at least 6 games, just saying. And never got close. He never came to an elimination game. He got everybody out of here. He beat Magic 4-1, got him out of here. A young Magic. Magic was 31. That's another thing I want to say real quick. They say Jordan beat an old Magic. Magic was 31 years old. Is that old? Because LeBron is 33 right now. When Jordan did his second three-peat, he was 32, 33, and 34. 31 is not old. Magic averaged 20 points, 13 assists, 7 rebounds. He was 3 points away from a triple-double, one of his best careers he ever played in his life. He wasn't old. James Worthy averaged 20 points. That's the 21.5 or something crazy like that. The most points he's ever averaged in a season was the year they lost to the Bulls 4-1. Jordan got him out of here. Jordan killed everybody. So I say that to say, where we talking about something that somebody's got better at. Yeah. Okay, if you remember when the Spurs beat the Heat, they beat them, demolished them because Popovich dared LeBron to shoot. He treated him like he was Rondo. He made his defense dare him to let him shoot all day. We're gonna clog up the paint. We're gonna give him wide open jumpers. That level of disrespect proves you're not backing off Jordan. When Jordan hit his game winners, it was shooting. That was his best attribute, was his mid-range jump shot. So I say that to say, does he have a better jump shot? Yeah, it's better because when it first came in the league, it was horrible. It can only get better. Does he have a good jump shot? Does he have a trustworthy jump shot? I don't think so. If I can take if I was a coach, I would still leave him open. I bet on it. Because his ability to finish is so good. I would leave him open. In my opinion, LeBron, he has worked on his game. LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time. Does it show in his game? No. You know what I've seen year in and year out that's got better? Strength.
Yeah, he should be hitting jumpers like T-Mac at least.
Come on.
Like, you wouldn't leave T-Mac open.
Come on. Why haven't you become a better shooter? When Kobe first came in the league, he couldn't shoot at all. When Kobe left the league, that was one of his best attributes. As a ball handler. That is one of the things you have to be able to do. Because if you don't, you're cheating your team. If you have the ball in your hands at all time and you can't shoot, now the defense can lag off of you. You know what that does? Eliminates spacing for your team. Your lack of a jump shot is hurting your team. True? If you want the ball in your hand at all times, you got to be a threat. The reason why Steph is a threat is because when he brings the ball up court, his defender has to stick him above the three-point line. They have to. Because if they don't, he going to hit it. So what that does, that creates floor spacing for his team. LeBron isn't smart enough to realize, let me get my 240-pound, 6'9" behind in the paint. Let me kill KD physically. I can't outshoot KD. I can't even outscore KD. But KD was sticking me in the finals. And what was he doing? Putting that hand up. Getting that hand in my face. I'm shooting threes. How smart of a player is he? I think he's smart. Do I think he has a higher basketball IQ than Jordan? No. Put KD in a post. If you're that hot, if you're talking, I'm saying he's great. If he was the greatest, he would do those things that we're saying he should have done. To be the greatest. I'm not taking away from his greatness. I think he's better than Kobe. I think he's great. I think he's proven he can carry teams with virtually no other players on it. He's only done it once, but he proved that he can do it. Right? So I think he's great. But if you want to be the greatest, you got to do the things that we look back at and say, because it's easy to look back and say what you should have done. But when you look back at Jordan, ain't much you can say he should have done because he did it. Whatever we said we said he needs to defend better. He won Defensive Player of the Year. We said he needs to pass more. One season he averaged 38 or 32, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. He proved I can pass too. Give me one other All-Star. One. His whole career, he's only played with one other All-Star. One. Besides the 1 year Charles Oakley won an All-Star game and was an All-Star game and then he had 2.
Pippen was an All-Star?
That's what I'm saying. One other All-Star. Pippen.
Okay. So he had 3 that year.
That year he had 3.
Okay.
Once again.
But Pippen was trash though.
Overrated. Very overrated. Since LeBron went to Miami, every year but 2, he had at least 2 All-Stars on his team. Every year, once again, he had at least 2 players averaging 15 points. When you want to be the greatest, you have to do the things that we say can't be done. This Warriors team, they added KD. Wouldn't beat them. But I'll take that. But
Right.
Guess what? They're the best team. In my opinion, they're the best team ever.
But he got beat him.
I give him that.
If he beat him once, is he better than Jordan?
At this point, even if he would have beat him, I mean, I don't know because I just don't know. I just don't know because it's hard to say what if because
What if he becomes that dominant LeBron? If he
I
gets,
can't
if he
say
gets
what
one,
if.
he gets 1 3-peat, no matter of fact, I'll answer your question. He has to get a 3-peat in order to beat Jordan.
I'll take that.
He has to get 1 3-peat.
I got to see it with my eyes. Just like I say, I can't say if he beat the Warriors because I didn't see it. Sometimes when you see something, like when you see it, like I wasn't even old enough to watch Jordan, but my dad was a basketball fan. I loved Iverson. One time my dad said, I need you to see, because I wanted to be a basketball player. I thought I was nice. And my dad wanted me to see what he was able to see. He gave me this DVD of every Jordan playoff game during that, during them 6 championships. every single playoff game. Now I get it, that's not all the regular season, but once I seen that, I went back and started YouTube and just watching what I could watch. We had a bunch of tapes. Like, people used to tape Jordan games, regular season games. But like I said, I watched the DVD of every playoff game, whether he won or lost. Period. He just did everything he was supposed to do, man. Like, whatever you could rarely look back and say he should have done this. You always can look. You look back at the Mavericks series. LeBron just choked. He disappeared against a team that had no business even being in the finals. True. He won with J.J. Barrera and Tyson Chandler. They had no business being in the finals. You cannot. If you want to be the greatest, you cannot have that F on your report card. But I'll give him that. Came back, won 2 in a row. Beat the Spurs, beat the Thunder. Greg Popovich cannot challenge you to shoot because he already did it in the series y'all won. You need to realize, hey, this is not my strong suit. I need to get better at this. He dared you to shoot. Guess what you did? You couldn't shoot. You kept trying to drive it, clogged the paint for your team. Y'all lost. You eliminate floor spacing. You can't get your team involved. You can't do that, right? LeBron will never catch Michael Jordan.
Man, listen, I ain't got. After all that, I really ain't got nothing to say. I really don't.
I mean, it's
Except for he's bigger, stronger, faster. That's it.
Maybe he should try to catch Shaq. Maybe he should try to catch Shaq. He
right.
did.
I mean, he better than Kobe, though.
He better than Kobe.
Right.
And the reason why I'm saying he better than Kobe, because Kobe never really had to. During that three-peat, Shaq was the best player on that team.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I give him that.
And he added Powell and Bynum.
Yeah. And Kobe was the best player on that team.
Right.
But I say that to say LeBron has always been the best player on his team.
Right. I guess.
And that's why I think he kind of passed Magic too.
Right.
And once again, it's not Kobe's fault, but I mean, we can only go by the information we have.
Right.
We don't have much information of Magic being the best player on the team.
Right. He was just on a great team.
Right. Now when
market.
Kareem was old, I think they still won 2 chips. I think he won 2 chips with the old Kareem. Just like Kobe won old chips. I mean, two chips without Shaq. Mm-hmm. But in the years where it was like domination, it was Kareem.
Right.
In the years when it was domination with the Lakers, it was Shaq. Right. In my opinion, Shaq top 5.
Right.
I put Shaq top 5.
Right.
In my top 5 go Jordan.
LeBron.
I say LeBron.
Kareem.
I say Kareem.
Shaq. And then maybe Kobe.
I say Shaq and then
maybe Kobe.
I think Magic or Kobe. Yeah.
It's
Magic or Kobe.
5 is up for grabs.
Yeah, 5 is up for grabs.
Kobe,
Magic, and Bird probably too.
Bird and my man Russell, cause he got the chips.
Yeah, Bill Russell, he got the chips. Yeah. And that's another thing. And I'm not only saying Jordan is better than LeBron because of the rings. You heard me mention so much other stuff. But what I hate are these people who are professional analysts, and even the people on Instagram, because the people on Instagram learn from these analysts, and people will bring up the 6 rings thing, and then they say, well, if you want to talk about rings, well, let's talk about Robert Horry. But you know we can't talk about Robert Horry. You know Robert Horry wasn't the best. Like, come on. Like, you being you.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's ignorant.
Yeah, that is. And people gotta bring up the fact that Bill Russell played with like
10 teams.
Yeah, you gotta bring.
He played with 10 teams.
You gotta bring that up.
Bill Russell's one of the best defenders. What he averaged, like 12 points? I could
Right.
be wrong, but I think he averaged like 12 points. He was a great rebounder. He was a big force. Was he the best player in the league? No, I think it was Jerry West. Wasn't Jerry West the best player in the league back then?
He got the logo.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it was 10 teams, bro. Like you said, it was 10 teams. Jordan got to go through what, 32?
What is it? I think it's like 20, 26 teams now.
I thought it was like 30.
Is it 30?
Yeah, it's like 30, dog. It's like 30. But
Well,
yeah.
I say that to say Bill Russell was a beast. He got 11 championships. Jerry Russell only got 1. But but Jerry Russell was. I mean, Bill Russell. Let me show you real quick. Bill Russell averaged 15 points
Right.
for his whole career.
Right.
The reason why he was the truth, because he averaged 22 rebounds.
Average?
He averaged 22 rebounds.
How?
Yeah.
That means he had to get like 40 one time.
But you know what? The reason why we can't mention Bill Russell wasn't even the best player in the league when he was out. It was Wilt Chamberlain, hands down. Wilt Chamberlain was the best player in the league.
Right.
Bill Russell had the best team in the league.
Right.
At one point, I could be wrong. This is me just trying to remember a story. I think somebody tried to sue the NBA because they wouldn't let players. That's why free agency is the way it is now, because they wouldn't let players leave their team or something along those lines.
So he had to stay there.
So like the Celtics just always had like the best collection of players.
Right.
And I think one of the players, I forget who it is. Maybe it was even a player on the Celtics, but somebody sued the league because of they wouldn't let them leave.
Right.
And that's why they made like the I forget what it's called, but it's when a team can like, but regardless of salary.
I got you. That's cool.
Yeah,
Though.
so
That's cool.
I say that to say that's why we can't mention Bill Russell. Bill Russell wasn't even the best player in the league. You dig what I'm saying? Like Jordan was always the best player in the league since he got in the league.
Right.
And I just want to say one more thing. When Jordan, his rookie year, not only made the All-Star team, was a starter in the All-Star team. Not only was a starter in the All-Star team, but there was a story called The Freeze where Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas and a couple of other players on the East conspired to not even pass Jordan the ball. I think he shot like 7 times in an All-Star game. They wouldn't even pass him the ball because they were upset that they would let this rookie start in an All-Star game.
Right.
Jordan was the 3rd leading scorer in the league as a rookie.
Right.
His second year in the league, he was hurt, so he only played 6 games. So technically, his second year was his 3rd year. Right? Is that safe to say? I mean, his 3rd year in the league, second year in the league, he averaged 37 points.
Right. His 3rd year was the second year, you mean?
3rd year was second year. I mean, technically.
Yeah,
because the second year, he only played 6 games.
Yeah, I got you.
Because he broke his foot. But his 3rd year, which really was the second year, he averaged 37 points. That next year, he averaged 35. Like, there's footage that we can YouTube of the Dream Team with Magic, Bird, Jordan, Barkley. They were all laughing and joking about who's the number 2 player in the league. There was no doubt about it. Jordan was the best.
Right.
You got one of the greatest players of all time in Magic Johnson. One of the greatest players of all time in Larry Bird. If Barkley would have just won 1 ring, they would have called Barkley one of the greatest players ever. I don't know if you remember Barkley. He got back-to-back MVPs. Barkley used to dominate. Like, Barkley's Barkley for a reason. He's the best player without a ring, hands down.
Right.
Him, all these dudes, Dominique, they were all laughing and joking about Jordan being so far ahead of them. Like, they all like it's you can YouTube it. They all saying, oh, I want to, the commercial was like, oh, how it feels to be like Mike. They always talking, I wonder how it feels to be like Mike, in a photo shoot with all of them together. And it was just Jordan. Like, when Jordan came in the league, there was no doubt who was the best. LeBron is the best player in the league, but when LeBron first came in the league, he had to wait his turn. He had to wait for Kobe to fizzle out, right? When Durant first made it to the finals, remember when it was the Heat against the Thunder? There was talk about who was the best, Durant or LeBron, right?
Then Curry almost took his.
Then Curry, like LeBron was challenged a lot. Like there was, but I mean, I can say he's consistently been the best the past 5 years. Curry almost got it, even with 2 MVPs, we still knew LeBron was the best. But like the past 5 years or so, I think it was hands down LeBron's been the best player in the league. So yeah, I mean Jordan really didn't have those problems where there was players being compared to him. And I'm gonna wrap it up. In a nutshell, we know the 6 rings, right?
Right.
Facts.
We know Jordan has more rings than LeBron.
He does.
He's never lost in the finals. He's never even been to a game 7. But for some reason, we hear a lot of the statements, let's talk about Jordan versus LeBron without bringing up rings. And I'll get to that. But I do want to say basketball is a team sport. The goal is championships. So we can't say don't talk about rings. We can talk about other things as well, which we will. But we can't say don't talk about rings if basketball is a team sport. The goal for every basketball player at every level of basketball, high school, college, NBA, is always to win the championship. Typically, when the best players in college or the best players in high school, his team usually wins the championship. Right?
Right.
At least that's how it was when I was in high
They
school.
don't really one-on-one leagues ain't popping.
You don't play one-on-one.
Right.
So,
Isolation,
from a
no.
team accolade, Jordan wins.
Every time he goes.
And if you want to talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
once again, LeBron's 8 trips to the finals. 5 of those 8 times, he's had at least 2 other All-Stars on his team.
Right.
7 of the 8 times, he's had at least 2 other players averaging more than 15 points.
Right.
Michael Jordan, on the other end, of his 6 times going to the finals, he's only had more than one All-Star one time.
Pippen is trash.
Very overrated.
trash.
Very overrated.
Trash.
Emphasize on that day.
Poop juice.
But he was an All-Star.
He was.
In 1 year, Charles Oakley was an All-Star. I don't know how he made it. All-Star committee. But he did.
That's like Mo Williams making it because he was on LeBron's.
That's exactly what
That's
happened.
true, that's true, that's
But
true.
I say that to say, there was one time where Jordan played with more than one All-Star.
Okay.
Jordan never,
Never.
in his 6 times going to the finals, he's never played with more than 2 players that average 15 or more points.
Never.
Never. So I say that to say, Jordan always averaged about 30. Pippen always averaged about 17 to 18. Then the next player was always about 10,
Right.
12.
Right.
LeBron has always had a third option. LeBron has always had a player that if he wasn't on or he wasn't hot, could take over an entire quarter. Dwayne Wade proved it. I'm not just making this up.
No,
He
Dwayne Wade
proved
is
it.
The truth. He's a champion.
In Miami, he proved
He's
he can take over an entire
Dwayne
quarter.
Wade is that dude.
Kyrie proved if LeBron was off, because LeBron is still the best player on both of those teams.
Absolutely.
But Kyrie proved if LeBron is not feeling it or,
I will take
deferring,
over.
Pippen wasn't taking over.
No, he wasn't.
It
He
wasn't
ready.
happening.
He wasn't equipped.
Pippen could take over defensively. He could not take over offensively.
I agree.
So we say championships are a team
Sport.
sport.
They are.
Championships are a team accomplishment.
It is.
Well, we've proved that LeBron had amazing teams.
Yes, he did.
You can make the argument that LeBron's faced greater teams. But if you want to dethrone someone who's already the king, your job will be to beat those great teams. He did beat the Warriors 17-10. He dethroned them. I give him that. But we say LeBron is 3-5 in the finals because he played better teams than Mike. But if he's the greatest, wouldn't his job be to beat those better teams that Mike played?
Absolutely.
He's lost to him. We don't know if Mike would have lost to him.
And they said that Mike's team, when Mike played the East was the West.
The East was
he had-
always the
so
best
when he got
conference.
to the finals, okay, like he earned it. He earned that easy
But
route.
see, he made them. That's what I'm saying. Like Jordan was the best because he made everybody around him great. That's the difference. That's the difference maker on that.
And that's the thing. And then look, we're going to move off team accomplishments.
Okay.
If we don't want to talk
That's a
about
good point, though. He made people great around him. He didn't bring great people
No.
to the
like
team.
how Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
Right, was already great.
Oh, you mean the fact that he's seen Kyrie was becoming one of the best offensive players in the
So
league?
you go
And
back
Kevin-
to
Kevin
Cleveland.
And
Love.
he's seen we had the number 1 pick in the draft, so we can trade it, and I can go call Kevin Love and say, "Hey, come to Cleveland."
Oh, yeah,
Oh, you mean-
he's a great GM?
Oh, he's a
Don't
great
get it-
GM.
Don't get it
and
messed
on
up.
top of that,
Don't get it messed
he
up.
fought to make sure that his starting 5 made more money than the starting 5 of the new championship 2017 Golden State Warriors.
Mistake.
Mistake.
Tristan
Sure.
Thompson gets what, 14, 15 million
Now
dollars
they
a year.
only got $5 million
Mistake.
left.
How much Kevin Love get?
And LeBron publicly batted for them. That's a mistake, but that's fine.
That's fine.
You're
We're not
allowed
gonna
to
talk
make
about that.
mistakes.
Yeah, you are.
You're fine. It's allowed to make mistakes. Also,
That's your brothers. You
the
fight for them.
fact that you're going against this Warriors team, you're year 14 or so in the league. I could be wrong off a
13.
year.
Let's say
13.
13.
Let's say
Let's say
13. I
13.
think it's 14, but 13, whatever. As the greatest player in the league of all time, I mean, if you're the greatest, wouldn't you think, let me go into the post? Let me go in the post and dominate KD?
Right.
But let's not talk about losses. Let's not talk about team accomplishments. Let's talk about individual accomplishments. Michael Jordan has more MVPs than LeBron James.
But LeBron probably should have more.
Well, we can say that all day, but if was a fifth, I'd be drunk. Jordan should have more. 1 year he averaged 37 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Is that not an MVP caliber year?
That's
that was
true.
only his 3rd year in the league.
Because Will averaged like 40, 20, and 10 one time.
He could have won more MVPs, but he didn't.
Right.
The point is they both won what they won. Jordan had 5, LeBron had 4. Guess what else Jordan had? 10 scoring titles. That's more than LeBron. LeBron had 1. The most LeBron has ever averaged in his career is 31. That is the 7th most Jordan has averaged, which means 6 times he's averaged more than LeBron's best year.
And LeBron has been in the league way longer.
And what do people love to combat that with? Well, LeBron's a passer. He's a pass first player. That's not a fact. LeBron has played with 2 All-Stars who have led their teams in scoring before they played with LeBron, and LeBron still averaged 28 points. LeBron's a scorer. He's just a scorer that's willing to pass. So miss me with that LeBron's pass first. He's not pass first.
He just don't want to be accountable for that last shot, man.
So he passes sometimes when he shouldn't pass.
Right.
But we
that's
gonna move
the
on.
only reason he's accountable for
Yeah, you got to
passing.
take over.
Jordan has 10 scoring titles, the most all time, more than Wilt Chamberlain. Jordan has 9 times been selected as all defensive first teams. LeBron has 5. Jordan has a defensive player of the year. LeBron has none. Those are more accomplishments. Individual. We don't want to talk about team accomplishments. Let's talk about individual accomplishments. So if he has more first team defensive selections and more defensive players of the year, that would mean he's a better defender
Right.
on paper, right?
Technically.
Right.
You know why? When Jordan first came in the league, they said, all he can do is score. So he said, let me strap up, pull my shorts up, and play defense. The main difference between LeBron and Jordan is Jordan was mentally strong. He was a competitor at heart. Whatever you said he couldn't do,
He did it.
he went out and did.
Yeah.
So we can make up things about how LeBron can guard all 5 positions, but does he? If was a fifth, I'd be drunk. We can say he can, but when KD or KG, was dominating the Celtics, when he was with the Celtics dominating, did LeBron say, "Oh, I'm going to stick KD"? No, he stuck his man.
Yeah.
If when Shaq was dominating on the Heat and LeBron was on the Cavs, did he say, "I'm gonna go stick Shaq"? No. So you can say he can guard all 5 positions, but he doesn't. Once again, these are just facts that LeBron lovers spill out based off their opinions. Y'all are putting LeBron over Jordan based off potential. Y'all say LeBron has made it to the finals more times than Jordan. That's a fact.
But what if he wins 3 more?
If was a fifth, I would be drunk. We don't know if it would happen. He didn't. He won 3 and he's lost 5. How many silver medals does Michael Phelps have? We don't know.
We don't.
We do not gauge second place. We never did in any other sport. The fact that LeBron is dominating now, which he is, I give that to him. LeBron is amazing, probably the 2nd best player of all time. But because he's the closest we had to Jordan, we would just want to put him above Jordan so much. He's not. He's coming 2nd place more, but LeBron came in 1st place more. When we look at the greatest Olympians of all time, we look at gold medals.
Mike came in 1st place more.
1st place more. LeBron came in 1st place more.
LeBron or Mike? Mike came in 1st place
Mike
more.
came in 1st place more. Y'all know what I mean. I'm just a little emotional.
I'm just saying.
I'm just a little emotional here.
I got you.
Because we you know what? We are dethroning our king without any hard facts.
Right.
What I will give LeBron is he is
Just
a better passer.
impatience.
LeBron's a
We
better
just- we
passer.
just impatient.
We're
People-
impatient.
The people,
you're saying LeBron's
people,
a better passer?
LeBron is a better passer.
People that even were Mike fans that say LeBron are better, they just want to see it happen before they go.
Because they're excited.
And they want to say,
And
I
it's just
seen
like-
Mike get
right,
the throne.
right.
He's the best we've
That's it.
seen in this era.
Right, they seen him happen, and they want to see him dethroned. But it's
I
not
see.
happening yet. It didn't
Not
happen.
at
It won't happen.
It's not close.
LeBron will not pass Jordan. It's not
and not
even
now,
close.
and not with the super team. Shit.
He's
not
not
now.
even
not anymore.
close.
They ruined it.
If LeBron is great,
He needs to win. next
it
year.
doesn't matter if he plays better teams. He will dethrone them because he's the greatest of all time. He's not the greatest of all time.
No.
The only thing LeBron is better than Jordan at is passing. You can say LeBron averages more rebounds. LeBron for his career averages 7 rebounds. Jordan for his career averages 6.
But LeBron was
LeBron
also
is
like
6'9",
5 foot tall,
which is 4 inches taller,
Right.
and 50 pounds
so you
heavier.
should have one more rebound.
You should have 5 more
You
rebounds.
should be dominating rebounds.
Guess what else? We're factoring rebounds, points, and assists based on every year a player has played. So we're factoring in the 2 years where Jordan was over 40 playing for the Wizards. So guess what, LeBron fans? There will be a time where he runs out of gas.
It's-
I know it doesn't seem like it's going to happen, but it's going to happen, which means those career averages
Going down.
will drop.
And it's disrespectful because
It's gonna happen very soon too. Honestly,
they comparing people to LeBron that they're not even comparing to Jordan. So they'll say like KD's better than LeBron, but they'll never say KD's better than Jordan. They'll say Curry's better than LeBron, but they'll never say Curry's better than Jordan.
Jordan entire tenure in the league. The greatest player when Jordan came in the league was Magic Johnson. If you pull up YouTube, 1993, Magic Johnson said Jordan is not only the greatest basketball player ever, he's the greatest athlete ever.
Yeah, with the commercial.
No, he said it on a live
I'm
broadcast.
talking about the commercial though. Tell them about the
I want to be like Mike.
yeah.
On the Dream Team
Yeah.
during a photo shoot. Clyde Drexler, Magic Johnson,
all the greatest,
Barkley,
greatest.
making jokes.
Bird.
That is the dream team.
What would it feel like to be like Mike?
Wow.
They all knew who the best was. Speaking of Magic Johnson, we love to mention Jordan dethroned the Lakers when they were past their prime.
Right.
1990 to 1991, Magic Johnson was 31 years old, averaged 20 points, 13 rebounds, and 13 assists and 7 rebounds. That's past your prime.
Not at all.
No.
When Jordan hit his second three-peat, he was 32, 33, and 34. LeBron is 33 right now. Is LeBron past his prime?
No.
Was
at
Jordan past his prime on his second three-peat? How was Magic past his prime when Jordan dusted him 4-1? James Worthy was 29 years old, and that year he averaged more points than he's ever averaged in his career. How did Jordan beat the Lakers when they were past their prime? He just dusted the Lakers. He dusted the Pistons with 3 Hall of Famers under 30, Dennis Rodman, Joe Dumars, and Isaiah Thomas. All under 30, all Hall of Famers. He overcame the hurdles. He continued to get better. We want to talk about the coach. LeBron's never played with a coach. Jordan played with Phil Jackson.
That's what they say. He never
Guess
had
who
a
Phil
coach.
Jackson coached before he coached Jordan?
Who?
Nobody.
Who wasn't even in the league?
That was his first head coaching job ever. Jordan was willing to learn. That is the running reason why Jordan is better than LeBron. He's willing to get better. LeBron is willing to stay in the weight
But
room
he just
longer.
thinks he's bigger, so he just
LeBron is in a weight room every year. Why is LeBron a horrible free throw shooter?
Why?
Why is LeBron
yeah
in
he
the
should be leading the league. Like
at least
Curry is
at least
always
80%?
leading the league.
At least
Yeah.
80% is like
Yeah,
bad.
he's never
What is the
leading the
percentage?
70.
Yeah, he's
Something
never,
along
he's
those
never
lines.
leading the
That's
league.
horrible.
That is-
LeBron
it's bad.
is on the verge of hack-a-shack when you talk free throw percentage. And this is not to down LeBron. This is just showing you guys that Jordan did everything to continue to get better. Does LeBron work on his body to continue to get better? Yeah, he does.
But you're right though. There's a difference between skill and talent. Because even Kyrie is skilled at
At
finishing,
finishing,
but LeBron
handle.
is talented at
He's
finishing.
just stronger.
He's just stronger.
Yeah, he is.
Like you said.
What has LeBron got better at when he came since he came in the league? He had a horrible jump shot, so his jump shot got a little bit better.
He got a little bit better, yeah, because he hits him now.
But the
occasionally.
last year, the Heat played the Spurs in the playoffs. The reason why the Spurs won is Greg Popovich intentionally let LeBron shoot. He said, let him shoot. Lay off of him. Clog the paint. LeBron, being the ball-dominant player he is, had the ball in his hand at all times. His defender clogged the paint. Now you eliminate floor spacing for your team.
All you gotta do is
now the fact that you never worked on that jump shot enough
Can I say something?
to be respectable. Go ahead.
Can I say
Say
something?
what you say, baby.
So cool. So is that why Kawhi gonna be better than LeBron?
Kawhi will not be better than LeBron.
What?
Kawhi's a scrub. But
What?
Kawhi's not a scrub, but he won't be better than LeBron. But I do salute Kawhi for. I think he's more skilled than LeBron.
That's what I'm saying. He's more skilled.
I think his game has grown more exponentially than LeBron.
And
I haven't seen LeBron's game grow much.
Kawhi got that killer in him, though.
Nah,
I don't know if he got
He's
killer.
quiet.
Hasn't grown much.
Kawhi is quiet.
LeBron's been the same.
It's grown. He's got stronger,
No, it's
but it
went up.
hasn't went exponentially.
No.
Jordan game
Nah.
expanded
Nah,
exponentially.
LeBron does what he did what he's supposed to do.
He does what he's supposed to do. He doesn't really.
but he didn't really take it to the next
A
level.
true leader is somebody who gives you something like, damn, I didn't
Like
expect that.
he should be hitting shit like Kobe, hitting jumpers like Kobe.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Banging like Mike,
Right.
Or
passing
Dominique.
and passing like
Magic.
But he don't shoot like Kobe though. He could just finish at the bucket because he's bigger than everybody.
The problem with LeBron is he never tapped into what his best trait is. And I hear the talks about LeBron as the best
Is it
all-around
because he don't
player.
want people to compare him to Jordan? Because if he just scored, they would just compare him to Jordan. But,
But-
now he tries to get rebounds.
But if
now
he wants to
tries
be an
pass.
all-around player, if you talk all-around players, I'm going to compare him to Oscar Robinson. I won't say Oscar Robinson is better. LeBron has more MVPs, more championships. So, individually, LeBron has been better.
So he has to get the
But
rings.
statistic-wise, Oscar Robinson is the best all-around player. He averages 26 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. That's the most all-around player in my opinion.
Yeah, because
Right? LeBron's only led the league in one category, and that's scoring one time. Jordan led the league in scoring 10 times, led the league in steals 3 times. Won Defensive Player of the Year. So Jordan was able to tap into multiple different traits or talents and be the best at that.
Right.
LeBron, because he's so talented, he never tapped into any skill.
Right.
He never really said, I'm going to be amazing at this.
Just gonna put the
He said,
ball
I'm
in
going to
the
be
hoop.
great at all of this.
Right.
If you're a coach coming in, how do you design your offense? You're designing it around a player who sometimes wants to be aggressive in scoring and sometimes wants to be reserved. How do I design a system around that? I don't know what LeBron's going to show up. The LeBron that game 6 against the Celtics,
And you don't even know if my
or game 3 this year against the Warriors where he shot 3 times, 4 times in the fourth quarter,
Right.
Oh.
where he was deferred the whole fourth quarter. What LeBron will show up? How do I design the triangle? Phil Jackson didn't design a triangle. Tex Winter did. How do I design a system around a player who doesn't even know who he is?
I really don't think LeBron should be stopped within that paint. Whether it's a jump shot, whether it's a floater, whether it's a layup, a dunk. It's no way he should be stopped in that paint. He's big.
Unstoppable.
He can jump over everybody. He can do hook shots. I feel
I-
like he tries to be too
ideally,
pretty
He's the best player in the world
right now.
Let's not
Right
play.
now.
He doesn't go to his max.
'Cause you like-
and I hope he shows it within his next 5 years. But I just don't. I haven't.
I don't.
He
I don't
won't.
think. I think he's mentally taking himself out.
Honestly, he you know what? The thing is about it, if you think too hard, you think too long.
You see how easy Kawhi score in the paint?
Easy. And he has, like, the thing about Kawhi and LeBron, I even hate to even bust it up.
Skill-wise.
Kawhi still has more time to grow. LeBron
Right.
has been in the league for, we're going to say 13 seasons.
I think so. Yeah.
But I really want to say 14. But anyway, he's been in the league for 13 seasons.
Right.
And at this point, you haven't shown a big increase.
At all, because when he runs to the paint,
No.
he lays it up. Kawhi, when he's in
14,
the paint,
yeah, 14.
he's
14
he's
seasons, I
pump
wanna make that
faking.
correction.
He's giving you the Kareem shake, and then he's giving you a hook shot. Like it's like he's giving you skills.
Kawhi needs a lot of work, though. We're not going
LeBron.
to compare Kawhi to LeBron.
Right,
No, but
LeBron
I'm
is
saying-
better.
I'm just
for
saying-
sure.
Better, for sure.
I'm just
Heads
saying
and
as
tails,
far
heads
as
and
like
feet.
you see that Kawhi worked on his game to get better.
He
You
is the
see
most
you
improved
see that
player
LeBron
on
just
the
uses
Spurs team. I
yes,
agree.
LeBron uses his size to score. Kawhi uses his skills to score.
I agree
And
with
that's
that.
the comparison between Jordan and LeBron. It's like
Jordan has better skill.
Jordan, he works on his game.
He's willing to work.
He's willing
If
to
LeBron stayed in the
learn.
gym as much as Curry did, LeBron would not lose.
If
see-
LeBron stayed in the gym as much as he stayed in the weight room, we've seen his body grow exponentially.
Yeah.
He worked to this day. I don't know if y'all seen a video of him in a weight room bumping that T Grizzly.
Yeah.
And he had the bald head.
Yeah.
Like he's in the weight room. He just lost the finals. He's in a weight room. He had an interview. He said, I probably won't be in a gym. I probably won't be playing basketball for a while, but I'm gonna be in a weight room tomorrow. He works so much on his body that he's able to physically dominate, but he
Right.
doesn't work on.
Like he need to be making a mellow video.
He needs to be in the
He need to be
post.
hitting like 5 threes in a row in a video, not
That's what
lifting
makes.
weights.
Why do you think? Why do you think Curry is good as he is? Right? Curry hasn't
see them
really
videos?
increased his weight at all.
Nope.
He increased
He's
a
got
little bit.
stronger.
He got a little stronger, a little bit of muscle. I'm gonna give him that because he was in the weight room a little bit. But Curry was like, you know what? I'm gonna work with what I have to be the best that I can be, and that's what makes Curry great. Curry was like, you know what? My shot is gonna be better. I'm gonna work on my legs. This nigga was, excuse me, Curry was injured, but the first couple of his season a lot, so he didn't
Right.
get a chance to really perform the best at his level. So what he did is he worked on his game by shooting and being the best he can be. So I mean, I salute Curry because he put a lot of time in working on his craft. Working on your body is different because when you work on your craft, you work on your body, and that's the difference. Like LeBron is not the same LeBron that he was when he played with the Cavs originally. That's just me throwing that out there.
And it's like
His shot got better though.
we see him burning out in the fourth quarter, or LeBron fans will say he burned
worn
out
out.
because he played the whole game. But dig this. At the end of Kobe's career, at the end of Jordan's career, they both developed a mid-range jumper and a post game, which means quarter 1 through 3, they in the mid-range and they in a post all game. Therefore, when the fourth quarter comes along, I still got at least a half a tank
Right,
left.
LeBron be running back and forth.
I have
all
a half
game.
a tank left. Because LeBron doesn't, I don't know why.
He runs the point.
Because he doesn't want to get in that post or develop a mid-range jumper. By the third quarter, you done ran a trillion fast breaks. Like you said, you're in the paint, you're running fast breaks, you're running back and forth. You dead by the fourth because you're going based off of athleticism. You're not beating them with your skill. You're beating them with your body.
That's like
your
Russ.
body will always run out. Like Russ, he's beating them with his body.
Yeah.
Your body,
only hold up but
it
so
only can
long.
hold up but so long.
And at the end of the day, LeBron, this was a lot of people don't believe this, but this was a valuable championship to win for LeBron and his legacy.
It was.
Only because
had
you
to
think the Warriors are going to get worse than they were? They're going to only get better. This was KD's first time in the system, and
Yeah,
they
if
won
he
the
would have won, they would have
championship.
put a little fork in their system. 'cause
And
they
it
were
would
like,
have
damn,
put
they
him
would've scrambled
like
him a little bit.
right there with Mike. I think beating that, coming back from 3-1,
It would have put him right there.
and then the next year because that would have been his third back-to-back championship because he won back-to-backs, and no, it would have
That
been his
would've-
second
that
back-to-back
would've put him
actually.
right there with Mike. Arguably,
Yeah.
you could have said he's
Arguably.
better than
He didn't
Mike.
get 3 piece, but he did get double. He did double up. So
He got back-to-back once,
Right.
but he could have had it twice.
right. So
And then
he
because you could
just-
say because he came back from 3-1 twice. Because remember last year the Warriors were up
Right.
without KD.
he had to win, man. That
Then you
was-
could say
And
he
and
got KD and he came back. It would have been amazing.
and last year, as much as the Warriors, you want to call them a super team, last year they played super good, but they weren't even close to a super team.
at all, they just
If you
played
look
well
at it,
together.
now it's over.
LeBron versus Steph. Steph was the best player. LeBron was the best player. LeBron was better than Steph.
Absolutely.
Kyrie or Clay. Kyrie's better than Clay.
Yeah.
Right.
You can talk all this stuff
Love
you want
is
about
better than
Love, but
Draymond.
Love is
Better
better
than
than Draymond. Draymond plays with more heart.
Yeah.
Love's a better scorer, a better rebounder. I mean, he's a better shooter. Like he's a better player than Draymond.
is a better player.
So they had
better team.
They had the better team.
Yeah.
They were supposed to win,
Shumpert,
but
JR.
still they came back and won, and I'll give that to LeBron. But if you want to put yourself with the greats, Mount Rushmore, you want to put your face above Michael Jordan, you got to do the unbelievable.
But see, you know what the thing about it is though? LeBron is chasing to be like Jordan too much. Jordan wasn't trying to be better than Magic. Jordan was trying to be Jordan.
He was just trying to be the best ever, though. He did want to be the best ever.
But he wasn't thinking about
He wasn't
Magic.
thinking about Magic.
He's like, I am the best.
And I'm gonna show you I'm
And
the
I'm gonna
best.
show you I'm the best. I don't care who is Magic. And the thing is, once LeBron gets that instinct, it's over.
If
But
he does,
LeBron
he got
doesn't-
he
It's
got to
too
get
late.
it now.
It's too- but the only
It's
way,
not-
only
it's
way-
not.
late.
I'm gonna
It's
say
not
this.
'cause he
The
been
only
working
way
on his
LeBron
jumper.
can do that is if LeBron comes back and wins next year, the year after, and the year after that.
LeBron
and
about to
then
be
he'll better.
LeBron about to be 34 years
LeBron
old.
has to, the only way he gonna win another couple another chips is if LeBron gets to the point where he's entered in 3-point competition.
LeBron
You feel
is
me? Where he's killing
34.
everywhere.
LeBron will be 34.
I'm saying though, if LeBron ever gets to the point where
Jordan
he's entered
retired at
into
34.
a 3-point competition, that means LeBron he's unlocked everything.
But guess what?
But he won't.
We just mentioned where did you the video of LeBron? Where was he at? Where was he at?
Who, LeBron?
in the gym, he's
In the weight
in the
room.
weight room, not in the gym.
You don't need any
He
more
need to He
weights.
need to be training with Melo.
You need to be training with a shooting coach.
Yeah.
You need to be training with a dribbling coach.
Nah, just shooting.
No,
He got the
no, 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 no,
Well, like
no.
a Kyrie, you do need handle where he can catch somebody.
You can always be better.
Yeah.
You need to be training
How?
with. You can be training with a post coach.
Right.
You need to be better skilled.
Yeah, just not running and jumping and
You need to be
Yeah.
more
Always-
skilled.
always know this,
and it
right?
won't. He's 34, guys. I know y'all think LeBron is gonna. He's not an alien. I'm sorry, he's just not. He will start winding down because everything he plays with is his body. He doesn't play with his skill.
No.
Right.
And if he did play with a skill, he'll last a little longer. That's why Curry is so small. But the reason he's going to be so reserved is because he doesn't have to exert so much energy.
right. Not taking all that.
To be honest, they can win with KD. Steph Curry can be hurt for like about 10 games and they can still make it to the playoffs.
That team.
And
man.
right now,
Whether KD get hurt too, they can still make it
They
without
five
KD.
peating.
what
It's pretty
what are y'all starting to hear? Oh, did KD take the ring from LeBron?
Take it.
Guess what? We never, ever heard that with Jordan. You never said, "Oh, is Clyde Drexler the next guy?
No.
Is Penny Hardaway the next
It was
guy?
always Jordan.
Is Shaq the next guy? Is Barkley
No,
two-time
it
MVP
was
the next
close.
guy?
It was people that was good
Who?
and close.
Who?
Nah, it was Jordan.
Close.
It was Jordan, Blank, and then somebody.
Yes.
Look.
It was Jordan.
Like Tom Brady, Blank, and then another.
It was
other
Jordan,
quarterback.
MJ, and then Magic.
Right.
If you dig what I'm saying.
I feel you. I feel you.
And Magic knew. And Bird knew. And Isaiah knew. They knew who the best was.
So basically, what
They
you-
were scared of Jordan.
So they had to. So this to a valid point, right? Jordan, what we're seeing is the best of all time. We all agree on
Hands
that.
down.
You're saying
Not close.
Magic Johnson and what you saying? Akeem Abdul-Jabbar had to create a team that could beat him.
No, because they were there first.
It's already there.
Actually, when
just-
Jordan came, Kareem was kind of fizzing out a little
Jordan
bit.
Fizzle
just,
about a little
was
bit.
just in there demolishing niggas.
Yeah, Jordan. I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
I
got drafted in
guess
the
the point-
70s.
I
He
guess
played in the
point- I guess
70s.
I know Jordan came after, but what I'm trying to say is basically saying Jordan has the audacity to take over. Basically, meaning it doesn't matter if you have two All-Stars.
Like the East
It
were
just,
built.
Doesn't matter if he
it
has
just didn't
The
matter.
East
It
were
didn't
trying
matter.
to. The East were trying to knock Jordan out, like Ewing,
John Stark,
Stark,
Charles
together,
Oakley,
right?
Anthony
Yeah,
Mason.
They all were
But
trying to knock
they didn't
Jordan out,
say,
but they
"Oh, he's
couldn't.
an all-star."
Reggie Miller,
You could-
Jermaine
But
O'Neal.
what made him great though, right? Jordan was the best on his team. It was nobody. It wasn't like, oh, it's Jordan and Pippen.
somebody
Right.
else.
Right.
It was Jordan.
Jordan, right? It wasn't-
Pippen was solid, overrated.
No,
they-
But-
but you
no,
got
you had.
no, but you got to
they
give a
give-
secondary
they give
player.
Pip-
So
they-
that's the only
exactly,
secondary
they
player you're
give
gonna
Pippen
give.
too much
But
props,
it
dog.
wasn't. It wasn't together. It was Jordan on the team.
If you get triple team,
Pippen.
if I'm getting triple team, you better hit that
You
jumper.
better hit the jumper.
But when
You
the pressure's
better
not
drive
on
to the lane. You fuck.
If I score 60 points and all I'm asking you to do is score 15,
That's all he got. That's all he did was score 15.
And
that's okay.
And lock down the other dude because I'm the best defender, obviously. If I'm getting defensive players of the league, I'm still one of the
I'm
best.
And I got
defenders.
more all first team all defensive selections.
all
Right,
I'm
what
saying
you
is
mean?
this, that Jordan and LeBron. could
Yo, stop bringing Pippen up.
Jordan.
Not,
Yo.
not the
Stop-
guy. It's
stop
not.
br- stop
It's
bringing
not
Pippen
Jordan and
up,
Pippen.
man.
It's
It's
not.
Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
Jordan-
Stop calling him by his last name.
Jordan
Yeah.
and Michael.
Call his full name.
It's Jordan and Scottie
Jordan
Pippen.
and Mike.
Call him
Stop giving Scotty
Hey,
his
hey, Mr.
a
Scottie
nickname.
Pippen was the sixth man.
It's not Pippen. It's Scottie Pippen.
Scotty.
Pippen was
Don't
sixth man. Fuck out
But
of
when you compare Jordan and LeBron, it just upsets me or frustrates me because LeBron won a ring. Excuse me. Jordan won his rings technically by himself because he could take over.
He
Pippen
never
wasn't-
had another player that can take over a game.
But Jordan didn't expect Pippen to take over.
No.
ever.
Just
Ever.
give me 15 points
He
and
said,
play
you know
defense.
what? I'm out of breath. I'm gonna pass it to you.
Right.
Make this bucket.
That's
If you
all
hot,
you got to
you
do.
hot.
Guess what?
I'm gonna take over the rest.
Dwayne Wade can take over a whole game.
Right,
I seen
by
him do it.
himself.
It's a fact.
I seen Dwayne Wade do it.
It's
You
documented.
know the fucking excuse me. You know the crazy part about it though? I seen even Kobe take over a game to win a game. And that's
No,
crazy.
Kobe can take over a
Like
game,
8
but the thing
shots in
is,
a
but
row.
guess who else? Shaq could take over. Guess what else? Kyrie could take over. So I say that to say LeBron played with amazing players. LeBron wasn't out there by himself. He played with amazing players. LeBron will never catch Jordan. That's all I got to say.
That's it. End of story. Let's get into something else, man.
What y'all got, man?
Let's get into something else. So,
what y'all got?
Real quick topic. I'm gonna bring it up because I know D got a lot of stuff he wants to talk about today.
let's get it.
So I was on, social media, and you always see crazy things, and everybody likes to bring up, oh, it's 2017. That's why stuff is going away. Oh, this side they doing 2017. So I saw something, right, and it just kind of struck something in me because I feel like a lot of men aren't men no more. A lot of men are okay with being. Men are supposed to be dominant, the leader, the protectors of the family, the house. How do you feel? What would you do? I wish I had the picture to show you guys, but I was looking on social media and I saw somebody post something about a woman proposing to a man. If your woman proposes to you, do you say yes or no? And at the end of the day, if you love her, why not?
Okay, that's a good question. Let me answer that first. All right. So if a woman proposes to you, to me, I don't think I could accept it, only because for the fact that I think that I need to be ready for it. I feel like women, not to knock all women, and I apologize if you don't feel this way, but I feel like women are in it to get married. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But let's go back. Let's say you are ready, because I just want an honest answer.
I feel like if I was ready, I would
I would have
ask her.
proposed.
Right. But let's say she just beat you to the punch. It could be one of those things where maybe, because sometimes as men, we romantic, right? We might have a date in mind, or we might be like, I want to do it on this day. So if she asks you and you are ready, what's your answer to that? Like, how
I
do you
might
feel
say
about
I
that?
might say no and ask her when I'm ready.
You know what? What I would do? Because that's a double-edged sword. Because you say no, you humiliate her in front of her friends. Because I seen a picture you seen, and it was people around.
Yeah, it was
like
people
it seemed like she planned that, and she put thought into it, and she really like wanted to create a moment.
Right.
So to give her that moment, I'll say yeah.
Right.
But if I was ready and I didn't ask yet, that's because I wanted to get my finances in order and everything like that. But I was ready to marry her, which means she wanted to do it now. I'll give that to her. What I would do, now I have to go above and beyond. I would have to go above and beyond to create a proposal for her in front of not only those people, but my people. Make it special.
Right.
I feel like if I was ready to marry her and she
Right.
just asked me first,
You still gotta
like
be a
you
man
said,
about
I would
it.
be a man and propose to her back
Right.
when she's not even thinking about it,
Right.
and make it grand.
Right, because now you know that she wants to and she's with it. So I think it kind of like elevates it, even because
You know she gonna say yeah.
Yeah. So if you with her, you like her, and she asks you first, it's like okay, it kind of elevates it because you know like this is it. I mean,
Right.
she's in it with you. So then like you still got to be a man about it and ask her too.
Yeah, I can't rob
I
her
feel
of
like,
that
yeah,
moment.
I feel like I can't be asked to be married. I feel like I still gotta ask her to be married. So even if she asks me 1st, I'm still gonna overpower her.
Because
and
as
do
a
it
woman,
better.
she wants to tell the story about. Every woman wants to tell the story about when their man proposed to them.
Right.
Period. As much as they may say they don't, I don't want to rob her of
That
a moment of feeling special.
Right.
Do you feel like you will feel less of a man
No.
because you accepted it in front of everybody? Let's say.
Nah.
Let's
Go ahead.
Not if you fuck with
I'm
her.
gonna break it down a little bit further.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Because some people are really cool with their female, right? So your female may know your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your whole family.
Right.
And they're there. Like, so to Sinner's point, he was just like, so let's say we go in this, we're doing this. They proposed to me, and my mom and my sister are by there, but maybe she didn't tell your mom that you're gonna propose.
I
Most
got
moms
you.
be like, nah, don't do that.
Nah, I got you. If you ready,
So-
Will.
so
if you ready, you say yes. But if you not, you're not just gonna say yeah because your mom and your people's there. Nah. But if you ready for it, and you was already planning on asking her, or you already
Do
knew
you
this
feel
was
some
the
type
one.
of way about it though?
Do you
No.
feel some type of way? I don't feel no type of way because at the end of the day, it shows my family like she want me.
What
You
I
feel
would
me?
what I would feel is that I wanted it, but like you know how we always whenever, even when we, like, let's say, regardless what
It's
you do, you
assurance.
always want to do things the perfect way. So what I would take from it is I was overthinking it. I wanted to do it so perfect, and she was just ready to marry me. She didn't care about how big the wedding
deep.
was.
That's deep.
She didn't
That's
care about if we can afford the best dress or the best reception. She was just ready to get married. If I'm ready to get married and I haven't proposed, it just means I want to do it so grand. I'm overthinking like the wedding, the reception, the dress,
You
the
wanna
food.
make sure you
I want to
make
make
it
sure it's
right.
perfect.
Right.
So she's saying, no, I want to
just
marry
want
you.
you.
I love you.
Right.
So I'm going to say, yes, I do. Yes.
Right. Especially
yes.
if you with it.
Yes.
If it's not your little side
Respect,
joint, you know what I'm
respect.
saying? If it's the joint you want.
And then we going to plan it.
I
we going
like
to get
that.
married a year from now.
Right.
But 9 months from now, when my money is right,
Right.
I'm going to propose to you
If you
back.
ready, but if you not ready, you know what I'm saying? You gotta say I'm not ready.
But
or
here's the spin. Let's say you love her.
Right.
But like you said, you not ready to get married. Do you decline her in front of all her
Oh
people?
my gosh, that's tough.
Do you humiliate her after she just gathered everything
Oh,
to propose to you? As a woman, that's something that's unheard of. So she gathered all that strength.
can we get a moment of silence for her?
Do you
facts.
do you
That was a good spin.
deny her
Damn.
in front of all her folks?
So let me answer first, right? So for me, I won't. Because in a man's mind, even in a woman's mind, but in a man's mind, we know for a fact whether or not she has potential for us to marry that woman. You might not be ready. Because remember, what you accepting, it doesn't mean you got to get married 2
Right,
months from
right,
now, 3
then
months
and
from
there,
now.
yeah.
You could say in 2 years you won't get married.
Right.
You're just saying yeah to calm it down. So I would say yes.
So if y'all already together and you've been introducing them to your family and
I
stuff,
would say yes.
right?
But also too, from a man's standpoint, right? This is me. I'm gonna play it like I'm gonna go around everything. As a man, right? Your dad's there, Steve. Your dad's there, D.
Right.
Your dad is a manly man.
Right.
I know your dad, Steve. He's a manly guy.
Right.
Putting yourself out of it and just loving your woman, you'll say yes. But ideally in yourself, you still feel crazy because it's almost like you want your woman to be submissive. Not always, but you want it's like I'm a man and I want to be able to take care of you.
Right.
With her saying I want to marry you, she's getting
Like
on her
she
knee.
in
Let
control.
me break it down for you. She's getting on her knee.
Right.
Yeah.
In front of you,
She in
in
control.
front of everybody, in front of your father, your cousins that be out there banging and shit, all that. You know what I mean? That's the picture I'm creating. So of course
right,
I would
got
try
you.
to say yeah
I
because
got
I
you.
love her.
But it make you look like a
It makes you look like because she's on her knee.
right.
You still say yeah?
Right.
But does
do you
that-
lift her up and then you get done?
Does that just mean that's the one? Like she loves you,
No
like
matter what.
like she's willing to
That's deep.
break
That's
the
deep.
boundaries.
I think of how I handle it. If you look down at her like yes, but if you pick your babe up and then you put her in your arms like yeah, then it's how you handle.
It's
it.
how you handle.
feel
That
me?
is that.
If
I
she
like
on her
that.
knee
Yeah.
and she got her hand up to you and she like, babe, will you marry me? And you look down like, yes.
Because
you feel
I
me?
seen the
That's
picture. You
corny.
seen the dude was like,
Yeah,
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 oh
nah.
yeah, he look.
Nah.
Like
It
was double
demasculated,
reverse.
yeah.
Right.
And it was
Right.
humiliating for me. For him.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you ready, you pick her up. And then you pick her up in your arms like,
her,
yeah,
yeah.
you feel me? Then you handle that shit like a man. Like,
right.
Almost. Only reason I bring it up though, because I seen a manly proposal
right.
where Jim Jones.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. That was
You
very.
remember that though,
yeah, I respect Jim Jones, but that was I couldn't know.
What happened?
But you know, he said, yeah. He said something like, yeah, we gonna do this.
He didn't get on her knee. He just handed her the. He just showed her the ring.
Remember
Oh,
I'm talking about
yeah.
when she proposed to him.
Oh, when she proposed to him.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay,
remember,
'cause she proposed to him first, and then he proposed. Yeah.
Then he proposed.
Okay.
So that's why I agree with your points. Like, yeah, you'll say yeah because you love her and you don't want to embarrass her.
Right.
You got to think about a woman thought about that a lot for her to do that.
you
Yeah,
can't
true
say
that.
no.
So if we say
True
no,
that.
it just is
The
like, yo,
relationship
you don't
over.
love me.
Here's the flip.
Go ahead.
You love your girl.
Right.
You propose to her. She says, "I'm not ready."
Oh my God.
Is the relationship over?
Yeah.
Got to be for me.
It gotta be. It gotta be.
I'ma tell-
'Cause
I'ma-
when are you ready?
It's over.
You supposed to be ready before me.
Like,
motherfucker.
why you not
I'm
ready?
gonna tell you why
Yeah.
it's over for me.
You supposed to be ready
Because
before
at the
me?
end of the day, I feel like when you with a woman that you about to marry, y'all love each other so much that y'all are in sync. and you felt like it was okay.
Right.
Most, like I'm gonna say
Right.
9 times out of 10.
Right, you're not just gonna ask any chick to
You
marry
don't be
you.
like, oh, I love you, babe. Because girls ain't gonna say they love you back if they don't really love you.
Right,
Right.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
So if she say no, she cheating on you.
If she
Right.
says no, it means she has options for other
And
things.
she's already been cheating.
Or she's thinking about it.
Because when a man is reluctant to get married to someone he truly loves,
Right.
it's for finances.
It's, yeah, facts.
So why is a woman reluctant to get married if you love me? Why are you reluctant? Because finances, regardless, we know that's the man's job. Sometimes the woman is the financial provider, but for the most part,
Right.
it's the man who's supposed to worry about taking care of the woman.
Right.
Now, the woman should want to take care of herself as well, but that's something common that a man would think, okay, I'm not ready because I got to get my finances right. I want to give her an
makes
amazing
sense, yeah.
wedding. Why would she be saying no unless she popping that thing for somebody else?
Right.
If a woman said no to me, and I felt like everything was good, right? Because at the end of the day, we speaking facts on it. When you with a woman and you love her, like, you know, for facts, like, you know, my girl, like, I love my girl. Like, we talk about it all the time. So if I propose to my lady and she says no, I'm thinking it's something else. Because the conversation that you had with your woman and the love that you confess with your woman, let's say that, is so deep that if you say no, it means you got other plans in mind. Now, if we together for 3 months and you just say you love me yesterday and I'm like, I'm gonna propose to you the next day, then that's a little different. But if we've been saying we love each other, I'll talk to you in the morning, day, night, and we building together and it's inseparable. If you say no, you got something else going on, or you feel like I'm not the one, and there may be something. Maybe you're not
sure.
saying I'm not the one, but you feel like it may be
Somebody else.
And at that point, I have to leave you alone, only because it takes a lot for me to get the courage. Honestly, I had to feel comfortable enough to say that. It means you allowed me to believe that you was ready for this commitment.
So you were deceiving.
Very much so.
So we breaking up.
I'm breaking up. It's over.
Let's go see other people.
Let's see other people. Because I have nothing to talk about. Like, even if
Marriage
you said no,
scary.
you didn't want that, you have to let me bust another girl down in front of your face.
Marriage scary, man.
It is. It's scary,
Marriage
yeah.
is scary, man. That's like a blood contract. Like, to me, I look at marriage like a blood contract. It's like, man.
Man, listen, it's not scary. It's just like you said.
gotta
it's,
find the one.
It was business first, and then they made it
Ooh,
more
it's
into
business.
It's so business.
It
Business is
is.
scary.
It is.
because at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
it is.
Business is scary.
like you
Business
gotta
is.
like just to even be able to fathom somebody, just one person, you know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day, like you got your friends, like, you know what I'm saying, I probably got like 6 people that I talk to constantly, you know what I'm
On the
saying?
regular, yeah.
You, Steve, Chris, Matt, you know what I'm saying, Brand, that's probably it, you
That's
feel
it,
me?
yeah.
That's it, you feel me? But I feel like if I was to just talk to Steve all the time, not to say that he don't, I mean,
We get
it
tired of
help me.
motherfucker.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like sometimes I need to talk to Chris, sometimes I need to talk to you,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I need to talk to Brain. Even though I don't talk to Brain as much as I talk to everybody else,
Right.
but sometimes I need to have that outside opinion.
Right,
So
right.
it's just like it's billions of people in this world, and you can't just learn from one person. You know what I'm saying? True.
I don't even think that's how the human body
It's
was
not for the
meant.
fact that everybody else is built different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's built different. So why, if there's so much to acquire and so much knowledge to obtain, why would you be able to just learn that from somebody who doesn't know what this person knows?
True.
You feel me? So you have to.
That's
gotta-
deep.
And it make
That's
it crazier
deep.
because even if you have a girlfriend,
Right.
even if I don't want to cheat, I just curious to have other female companions
Right.
to learn from.
Right,
That's not accepted.
Right.
That's
It's
not,
not.
accepted.
It's not.
If you have a girl, you better not have any other
Right.
female
It's y'all
friends.
two together,
It's-
and that's
no,
it.
It's wrong.
Y'all
It's-
like
and
y'all
if you
eliminate
do,
it from.
if
from
your
everything.
girl allows you to have a female friend, she's cheating on you, bro.
Facts.
That is a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
If she's okay with you having a female friend,
She is cheating on
she
you.
is cheating on
She's
you.
getting bust down.
Because
She is.
in the back of her mind, she doesn't mind if you may be knocking down that female friend because
is so
she's getting
true.
knocked down.
That is so.
If
I'm
your
so glad
girl-
you bring that up, Sinner.
If your girl
That is so true.
allows you to have a female friend,
Yep.
She everybody,
A
girl.
new one.
Cause the girls that be crazy and be all in your shit, that's the bitch who not cheating on you.
Only reason I say that though is so true. If your girl allows you to have a new female friend, let's say you join somewhere else and you're like, oh, this is my best friend. We talk about everything together.
Neggy boo boo.
And she ain't one that's been around
Right.
before your girl. Because
Right.
if it's before your girl has to respect it. Like, you know what? This has been your friend before me.
Right.
Nothing has happened.
But
it is what it is.
but she gonna throw her little shade.
She gonna throw her little shade because
Right.
it has.
She ain't gonna be
happened.
happy with it.
But if it's a new one and she lets you do it, it means do it, please. Because I want to also do me. I love you, but also I want to have a little fun.
Right.
Until I'm really ready to give you all. Because then when she's ready to give you all, she's gonna be like, who's that?
She ready to go through her. She's right now still going through her phase.
Right.
We all women have that phase. All men have that phase.
We all do. And
got
at the end of
that-
the day, my girl's not allowed to have another friend.
No.
If it's before me, I may accept it. Maybe.
Neggy boo boo.
Negative.
Neggy boo boo.
But if it's somebody that you saying, oh, this is my friend Malik, who is Malik? Never heard of him
Guess what? You ain't got a friend named Steve no more. You ain't got a boyfriend named Steve no more.
because he's gone.
I hope you and Malik have a happy life together.
Because I'm done.
Delete my number.
Right. And then at the end of the day,
Why
like,
is he your friend?
as a man, right, we don't pay attention to signs. But women, when they fall for somebody, they change drastically. And we don't realize it. Your woman can be comfortable with just going to bed with scarves on her head and all that extra stuff like that.
True.
Then, or going to work just put on regular clothes. But then when she goes to work, she put the matching brow set on and panties.
When she finds somebody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell when a
She
chick
get
finds
dressed
somebody.
up every day. She want to get her hair done every week. Her nails gotta stay done. But you like, dang, when you was with me originally, you never did all this. Now you're doing it.
Well, that's the thing. If your girl not wearing the matching brown panties, she not getting her nails done, you may be doing something wrong. Your girl should feel like she still got to impress you.
But let me ask you, if your girl's doing it from the beginning, then you're right.
True, yeah.
But I'm saying when you get with her, she
That's just not the type of person
right,
she
if
is.
she wasn't that type of person that never did it.
Yeah.
Then it
And
doesn't
then she
matter.
start doing it, and
Then
it's
she
like,
start doing it.
whoa.
Or if maybe she got with you and she didn't do it as much, and you like, look, babe, look, I'll pay for you to get your hair, and I'll do all this extra stuff. And then she started doing it, and then she's like, all right, I got comfortable, and then she went back, and out of nowhere,
Right.
she's stepping her game up.
Right.
And you seeing out later, you're like, I'm going with Susan, I'm going with Malika, I'm going with Janet, I'm going with Ebony. We're going out because I'm the type of guy where I'm very, very relaxed because I want you to let me have my time. And sometimes as men, we don't want to cheat. I just want to get a chance to flirt.
I just want to know I can.
Right. It's just like almost that episode of Martin. He's like, I just want to see what I still
I
got.
just want to make sure I still. I just want to boost my bucket.
Let me
I just
boost
want to fill my bucket up a little bit.
I don't even want her.
I just want. How full is your bucket? I
How
read the
full
book.
is your
Let me just bucket. Let me fill my
Let me
bucket.
just floss over girl. Like, you look good. I'm like, you know what? That's great. You said that because guess what? My girl is the best.
And here's another thing, guys. I hate to ruin it for y'all. I just got to speak my mind. Guys, we don't have female friends. Don't happen.
Nah,
It doesn't
we don't.
happen.
It's not allowed.
Any guy that has a female friend, he wants to have sex with her, and she doesn't want to have sex with him.
Right. And he just
Or your girl
trying.
shitting on you.
And he's trying.
A guy doesn't have a
He's trying.
female friend that
Yo,
he doesn't want to
I've
have sex with.
tried, and it never works out.
Because you try that, the only way you can have a female friend is someone you're not attracted to.
Right.
And
Right,
even then,
And y'all might be in like the same type of thing.
right.
Say like Matt, you know what I'm saying? He
He
got
meet
the
a
clothing
clothing
line.
designer.
He know a friend who do makeup, so he want them to do the makeup for the models.
Right.
makeup
Facts,
to-
yeah.
Something like that. But
But
it
eventually,
never works,
your
dog.
smaller head will always take over and say, hey, I know this is not our type, but it's 12 a.m. Let's go for it.
right.
Hut.
These drinks are feeling great.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like no matter
Yo,
what,
it
man.
don't work,
It just
dog.
don't. Like that female
and
friend
that's,
don't
and
work.
that's why we're gonna come back to this religious shit. I think that's stuff. That's why I think that they came to the realization that there's going to be more women than men, or whatever, or just men. The fact that men can't not look, just keep his eyes on one woman, so they just made it. Not made it, but it's like, okay, it makes sense for the fact that he might have different women for different reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Or is it temptation? So I like where you're going with this, right? You know, I know we talked about it on our last podcast. We were just saying like conservative women, like Christian women or like Muslim women, most of them cover themselves, so they don't wear revealing things. We like thought stuff. Like, don't get it confused.
Very true.
A lot of men say, "Oh, I like." No, you like your girl.
Oh,
because
we
she's
like
a
the
dude.
revealing
Right.
stuff.
But if you're gonna play on your girl, you going with a thought. Who's
We
giving it up
love the
because she's talking
thottiness.
nasty. She's the
And her
titties are
ass out.
her butt is out, so you like it. So as men, we're human, and when you're throwing it, it looks amazing. Cause we're only human. We're like, oh my goodness, that looks great. Especially when it's coming at you. You like, you want me? When it's something that you may think you're not used to getting, it just makes you react differently. So I just think that's the reason we act the way we do. But then when you get somebody good, it's like, you know what? If I do this, will I be happy?
What if you got 6 different women? So you already got this one. You already got this one. You got
get
this
tired
one.
of all of
So
them.
no, you won't, because once you tired of this one, you can, go bond with this one for a little bit, and then once you get a little bit tired of her, you go back to her. But once you chasing these new women, you realize that you don't really want her, so it's a waste of time.
I think you get tired of because think
You
about it,
don't
Rick.
though, because think about it. You might have a chick that you mess with, right? And then you find a new chick, but then you be missing the older chick. But it wasn't that you didn't bond with her. It was just that y'all tried to force a relationship. So it was just like y'all didn't last. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like y'all didn't really bond. It was just like she wanted something more than you wanted. But it's not like you didn't want her. You just didn't want to. You wanted to do your thing. You feel me? But it's not like you didn't really mess with her. So say if you had her, she understood that you have this chick too.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So when you want this conversation, or you want the ass today, you go with her. You want the titties today, you want the big lips today, you go with her. You feel me? But at the same time, you're not gonna mess with it or bring this chick in your family that you don't like at all. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a chick that
You got some type of attraction to
you
her.
got some type of attraction or some type of bond with her, you feel me? But at the same time, there might be a dark skinned chick that you have that type of attraction to. Then there might be a white chick you have that attraction to.
True.
So it's like you going to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well, I got her today, but maybe I want a bunny today. So then you got the best bunny available to you. You feel me?
but
I'm
here's-
gonna say this though.
Okay.
Because I agree with you, right? Because it's like different girls got different things you like, right? But let's say you meet a girl who completes all that. Maybe you like white girls the most, but you might be like, you know what? I like this brown skin girl I got because she has the butt, she has the breast, she has the full package.
So do you
and
honestly think you can? And this is not to discourage any women
If she-
from
if she-
anybody
I know
from
you're
this
going with it.
podcast, but do you think that you honestly, right now, in your 26, 27s, do you think that you can honestly, only because
Only
think
mess
about
with
it.
her.
Yeah, because think about it. When you mess with a new chick right now, the first 3 months is amazing.
Absolutely.
But then after that first 3 months,
You
it's
gotta work.
really tough
You gotta
to
work.
figure out why do I want this shit.
only way it will work. I agree with you. It's tough because we're young and we start to figure out what we want.
Distance.
But if you find a girl who mentally, not even sexually, so physically, of course, she has to meet your standards, right? But let's say you give me a girl physically, but mentally, she's so dope. She's like, hey, babe, go out with your guys. I want you to have fun tonight, right? You meet a girl who does what you like and it throws you off. And her liking is what you want. So let's say she like, hey, babe, I know it's Sunday. I'm going to stay home with my mom. I want you to go out with your fellas and watch the football game. She comes over to your house after the game's over and just goes over and just gives you the craziest head of your life. She comes over in a trench coat and gives it to you. She be like, hey, babe, I know your friends are. I'm going to cook for you. Like, she's doing everything that you think, but you don't say. Because the different thing is, most time when you get a girl you like, it's because you coached her to what you want.
Right. But
Me and
what
Steve had
Steve
this
say though?
conversation before.
What do he
Like,
say too though? If was a fifth.
If was a fifth.
So sometimes you
drunk.
might have that chick that might do that, but then you might have a book nerd who don't do that, but she might be better for you in a different way.
But let me break it down to you.
Break it down, young man.
Y'all eat Chick-fil-A?
Love Chick-fil-A.
You like Chick-fil-A?
Almost.
Like, you wanna get refreshed to give you lemonade?
Once a week.
When I go to Chick-fil-A,
What you do?
I order 4 chicken tenders,
Yeah.
fries,
Yeah.
Polynesian sauce.
Okay.
That's
Every single time.
That's the only way.
But guess what?
Sometimes you get tired of it.
One time, somebody said, you ever try Chick-fil-A sauce? I said no.
Oh,
I
they got
like-
Chick-fil-A sauce?
Exactly. I said no. I
never
I
had
like
Chick-fil-A
Polynesian sauce. They said
Right.
try this Chick-fil-A sauce. I dipped my chicken tender in that Chick-fil-A sauce.
It's pretty good.
This is a little good. I didn't know I even like Chick-fil-A sauce, but that's fine. I said I still like Polynesian sauce.
Yeah.
Third time going to Chick-fil-A, maybe in a month. I'm like, you know what? I think I want to try the Chick-fil-A sauce. Guess what? I tried the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Right.
Guess what? It was amazing.
Right.
But it made me say, you know what? I still need to go back to my Polynesian sauce.
Right.
Right? But the fact that I tried that Chick-fil-A sauce, I said,
you need the
maybe I don't
appreciation.
know what else is out there.
You need the
So the next
appreciation.
time I said, can I try your barbecue sauce? Try the barbecue sauce. It was popping.
Right.
I still wanted to go back to the Polynesian sauce.
Right.
But occasionally,
Right.
I got to switch up to the barbecue.
Right.
Occasionally,
So occasionally.
I got to switch up to the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Sometimes you need.
I always go back to the Polynesian sauce.
You need them. You need choices.
But sometimes,
You need choices.
when I see the car in front of me get a handful of Chick-fil-A sauce, I'm like, that Chick-fil-A sauce is going good.
And not every man deserves it, but if you mentally strong,
Because I'm committed to Chick-fil-A. I go there all the time. Sometimes they owe me some different sauce.
there's dudes who's built just like you, but they can't put it down in the bedroom just like you. You feel me? So if you there's dudes there's dudes whose brains just as big as yours,
True.
but they don't think it's like you. There's dudes who look just like you,
True.
but for the fact that the way you handle yourself, the chick's not attracted to you. So you gotta know your worth. You know what I'm saying? There's dudes who fucking play Warcraft all day. You feel me?
yeah.
They don't deserve fucking 5 women.
You don't deserve Polynesian, Chick-fil-A, and barbecue
You
sauce.
don't. But for a man who appreciates a woman's body, the art of it, just looking at her, appreciating it, and appreciates saying new things to her to make her want you, you deserve.
But guess what?
I think it goes back
You
to what we said
deserve it.
originally, right? We talked about this briefly on the
Everybody
podcast,
has
right?
more.
You're gonna want your Polynesian sauce, right? We're using this metaphor. You want your Polynesian sauce because that's what you have. That's your.
I
go-to.
love that more.
I love you more than anything.
I love Polynesian
But
sauce.
you know what? Something tempted me to try the Chick-fil-A, and I had it. And guess what? I thought it was good, but it wasn't great.
It still made me remember I like Polynesian more.
I was like, damn, you know what? You was really good because I never had it, but you're not better than
But I
Polynesian.
only have a
But
taste
maybe-
for it
maybe-
sometimes.
Well, maybe that's
But
only
sometimes
because
I
they
have a
them
taste
type
for it.
sauces.
Sometimes.
What if you find
But
some?
eventually,
a-
you're not gonna need a taste.
What if you take some sauce that's crazy?
Sometimes I say, can you give me Polynesian barbecue sauce and Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A.
sauce, and I dip them
Okay.
after each
Okay,
bite.
because you know why? Because we deserve it.
Diversity. Because I
Sometimes-
said, you know what? I worked hard today.
Sometimes
I need more than one sauce.
Sometimes I want 2 scoops of ice cream.
Give me what I want.
With Jimmy's.
You
Rainbow
feel me?
Jimmy's on that mug.
You feel me?
I don't like the chocolate ones.
This is a man's world. You feel me?
Sometimes we deserve the triple dip.
You
Yo,
feel me?
sometimes you do deserve the triple. dip.
Sometimes they say we all out of Chick-fil-A sauce. Sometimes they say we all out of Polynesian sauce.
That's like, whoa.
Sometimes, you know, it may be May 5th. And maybe May 5th, they all out of Polynesian
for a
sauce, if
week.
you dig my drift.
For a week. For a week.
And then you say, we ain't going to have Polynesian sauce for the next week.
Damn.
Damn. Hey, y'all got some of that Chick-fil-A sauce. I'm a little hungry. I need the chicken.
Let me get the Chick-fil-A.
Hey, let me get the Chick-fil-A.
But you know what? I'm gonna eat this in the car because I can't eat it at home.
Now, I'm eating in the
Right,
car
right.
because I just
Right.
something about eating it in a car makes it just taste better.
Yeah.
Because it's like I know I'm not supposed to be eating it.
Right.
So it makes me feel good.
And sometimes you gotta be, in a rush, you know?
Yeah, right.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta be back to work. It's your lunch break.
Right.
Don't take
right.
it personal. Get comfortable and eat it. Don't take your shoes off and eat it and enjoy it. Like
Nah.
And
it's
don't
yours.
start to
Gotta feel
think like
yourself.
the Chick-fil-A sauce is your new sauce. Like
Right.
that's not
nah,
your new
it's-
sauce.
It just
not.
makes you appreciate the Polynesian.
You just had a taste for it today.
Right.
Just today. Tomorrow you're not gonna have a taste for it.
Why do you
Actually,
tomorrow-
after you're done, you're not
You
gonna
be like,
have a
damn, I
taste
should have got the
for it. Well,
Polynesian.
you know what? That was good, but you know what? I'm gonna get Polynesian next time.
Yeah, next time
Why
I'll
do
make
you
sure I
think
get
you have
Polynesian.
choices?
Right, you gotta explore it.
Temptation.
In order for you to know who the best,
You gotta know.
I'm gonna
Right.
say this too.
In order to know who's the best, you gotta be able to watch Jordan games and know LeBron.
Oh, I'm glad
In-
you said
in
that.
order
Do
for you
think
to
Jordan would've
appreciate-
been the best if he didn't get cut off from his high school basketball team.
Guess
in
what?
9th grade?
Guess
Right.
what? In order for you to appreciate
go.
how great Jordan is,
What's what you got?
you gotta see how much of a bum LeBron is.
Right.
and that
Right.
makes you say, you know what, this
Right.
is the guy that's great.
Right. So if you with your
I
babe,
love
so
Jordan.
so
Even
so
Oprah,
so
Oprah got
so
cut
let me
off
end
on
this.
her
Let me end this.
Yeah, let's go. We're gonna
Let me
end
end
it.
this. I'll
Nah,
call
go,
you right
go
back.
ahead.
I'll call you right back. Go ahead. Will.
Oprah was on a TV show before she had the Oprah show.
Right.
I read this, John. Pitbull is so inspirational. I was watching Pitbull.
Right.
And he said Oprah had a show. They
Pitbull the rapper?
Yeah, Pitbull the rapper.
Okay.
And which is different, right?
But I respect him because he get money.
Yeah, he get money. Oprah had a show before Oprah's show. They cut her off because they say you're not good for television. It motivated Oprah to be Oprah.
Right.
Where Oprah was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let nobody tell me no. I'm the best.
I'm going to get my own
I'm
network.
gonna get my own network. I'm gonna get my own TV. Oprah's show is the best show, probably TV show, or let me say
Talk show.
Talk show. There we
Right.
go. That's what
So
I'm
so
looking for,
so,
of all time.
so say if you find a babe, you got two babes that look just like your babe right here. You see another babe look just like your babe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you like, damn, but she got a little her ass a little fatter than my babe. You feel me? So then you knock that joint down. That shit trash. Don't it make you
No
appreciate
juice, sandpaper.
sandpaper or head
Sandpaper.
trash? Don't it make you appreciate your babe so much more?
Way
But
more.
how would you know
If
if
you
you
didn't try.
never?
If you never had the
had
Chick-fil-A
something
sauce,
else?
how would you know how good
would you
Polynesian
know?
is?
But
It's-
also too, we got as men, right? As
What-
men, right? You gotta also think too, right? Do you think your girl is not seeing who else can protect the house
Right.
more than you?
Right, and women gotta know how many nutty niggas is out here. They gotta know that
We got to
they
do
know
our
what's
job
real.
to be as trill as possible.
Trill as possible.
Like I said, yo,
they get
I
away with
need.
everything.
I went to Dorney Park and we went to Wild Water Kingdom, and I
Right.
seen some buff niggas out there. And I
Right.
was like, hey, look, let me get in the gym
Right.
Yeah.
to make
Like,
sure my
imagine if you
girl
went to
know.
an NBA party.
I need my girl to know.
right.
Like I'm that nigga.
I'm that dude, too.
Yeah, I'm that dude
Right.
too.
Let me. I see LeBron out here taking his girl to Ivory Coast.
Yeah, he
Right.
did. He took her somewhere.
Let me go ahead and get my money up. So
Right.
and at the very moment, my girl can probably find somebody better. But I'm confident enough in myself to say if she do, it gotta be like
I'll
Steph
find-
Curry.
And I'll find
Yeah.
somebody else.
No. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Right.
She ain't finding nobody else in Delaware.
Right.
She go find Steph Curry.
Right. Right.
She go find Drake.
Yeah. But you ain't gonna find nobody better than me.
You ain't
where
gonna
I'm
find nobody better than me at Bank of
at. They're
America.
not
Right.
another.
You ain't gonna find another dude working a 9 to
Right.
5.
You got the creme de la creme.
He ain't unlocking it. And if
Right.
he is, he can have it.
Right. Cause you
Right,
lame.
because you thought.
He can
corny.
have it.
You a
And
corn.
guess what?
Corny.
You just opened my eyes to be even better.
He can have. I'm gonna get in the gym even more.
Even,
Right.
I'm gonna go hard.
I'm gonna get on the track
'Cause
even
you know
more.
why?
I'm
'Cause
gonna get on the
now
podcast
it's
even
gonna
more.
Let me know, like, you know what? You thought. I'm like, you know what? I always say this too, and it's crazy. I always say, like, I love my girl. That's my baby. But if anything ever happened, I'm gonna get buffer.
I want
I'm
to
a
make
cute-
you throw up
Don't
every
kill you,
time
make
you
you
see
stronger.
me.
You gonna be like, yo, why
When you
did
see
ever,
me,
you
I
gonna be
want you to throw up
easy.
like projectile vomit. I want you to say, "Yo, I lost that."
But like, what they gonna do, Steve?
I had that nigga. Now he all buff with all. I want you to tell your friends. That used to be my boyfriend, and they be like, "Bitch, you dumb."
They're gonna be like, stop playing. Psych. Cause you know when girls get emotional, they delete all that, so they ain't gonna have no proof. It's gonna be
Lying,
going.
girl.
Girl,
Right.
bye,
Right.
Felicia.
So let's go back to this thing. Cause look, people say that men and women are equal, and I go back to that video I posted. So that's what I'm saying. Like women can't really sit here and say that they are, a man is supposed to be their equal. We're not.
No.
How would they eat without a man? Who are they going to go catch a fucking deer or a bear? No, we provide that for them to eat. They take care of what we provide. So we can provide for
I
five
agree with you.
women. 5 women should be able to take care of 1 man.
That's a fact.
I think the equal is though differently, right? I agree with you. Men do dominate. We hunt. We most times.
Right. I'm not saying it should be like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Right,
And you just shut up. But at the same time,
We break the bread for the house.
right. But the way America and the way that the world's been lately, they've been breaking men down. They've been putting women over men.
I think women only feel that way because at the end of the day, most times men take care of the house. Women stay home and take care of the household. So they take care of different things like cleaning the house, washing my clothes, washing the dishes, doing different things. And a woman feel like, you know what, I can go out and do the same thing a man can do. And the only reason a woman feel that way is because men are in control. Because think about it.
Well, they had to too.
Right.
A lot of women had
But
to.
if I'm paying all the bills,
Right.
you can't go nowhere. Back in the day, women couldn't go
Right,
nowhere.
they couldn't get
like,
jobs.
What's that movie with Denzel Washington? What was the movie he just came out with?
Fences.
Oh,
Fences.
Yeah.
It
But
was a
women couldn't
typical-
get jobs.
Yeah, but it was typical. Now you can do it. But when you're married, then they didn't leave their husband.
Right.
You saw that movie.
Right. They stayed with
She
him.
stayed with him. They didn't even talk to nobody else. Or
Right.
at least we didn't see it.
Right.
She stuck with him after he cheated, did all that, took care of the house, cooked dinner. Your dinner's in the refrigerator. I'm going in a, like, what?
Right.
What is that? But it's just the thing that, like, that's what caused it. That's what started the trend.
But dig this. Women want to be men?
Yeah.
Hey, men. Next time you go on a date, waitress been to check. Oh, give it to her.
Right.
She got it.
Y'all
Give it to
wanna
her.
be
Guess
men
what?
so much,
Guess
B?
what? You come home. Hey, babe, I'll quit my job. It was just too much. You know what I mean? But I got you around the house. I'm gonna clean the dishes. I'm gonna clean the sink. I'm
Yeah.
gonna clean the bathroom.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You got the financial stuff. I'm gonna kick back. You know what I mean? You had a baby. I'm gonna take care of the baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Check come. She got that.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, hey, babe. My brakes is going bad. Can you change them things for me, baby?
Right.
Can you change them brakes for me?
Shit, women
hey,
cut
the
babe.
grass, cut the
Hey,
grass.
babe. Hey, babe. There's a leak in the roof. You got me?
Shit,
you
women
got me,
make
baby?
more money than
You
men.
got me? Go ahead and fix that roof.
Right.
Y'all want to switch roles? Let's really switch them.
Right.
Let's switch them.
Not halfway.
Let's
All the way.
switch them.
All the way.
Hey, babe. The sink broke.
Right. Just because you.
Hey,
Just because women
can you
make
fix
as
that?
much money now.
Hey, babe,
they
can
think
you bring these groceries up the steps? My arms hurt.
Hey, babe. Is somebody breaking in the house? Get him.
I'm
Get him. Hey, y'all want to switch roles?
Change
Switch
my
over.
oil,
Y'all,
babe.
y'all
change
want to
my
come
oil
over
for
to
me.
the dark side? It's hard over
What
here.
did Usher say? We trading places.
Y'all don't want to change
They don't
places.
wanna
they
trade
don't.
places.
Y'all don't wanna
I
change
know why
that
Usher
oil.
even sung that.
Y'all don't want to change that oil.
Beyonce talking about if I'm a boy, you don't want to be a boy.
You don't want to be a boy. If
Lie.
you was a boy,
If I was a boy.
guess what? Your name couldn't be Beyonce.
If
Your name will be Brandon.
What was it? What's the slogan?
If was a fifth, I'd be drunk.
Stop it! Everybody and Beyonce.
We can't trade places.
We're not.
Y'all not built to change oil. Y'all not built to fix the roof.
Stop it.
Y'all not built to break the intruder when he comes in the house.
Stop it.
Stop it.
I'm not.
This-
You walk on the outside of the street, and I'm walking in the inside.
So if a car jumped the curb, you getting hit.
Not me.
Guess what? If we walk into a club and somebody step on my foot and he big, I need you to knock him out.
Please.
That's not my job. It's your job.
I don't want to get my hands dirty.
I don't want to get my hands dirty. I don't want to get my shoes dirty. I just got them.
I just got them, and I like sitting back. I just got my hair cut.
Y'all don't want to trade places.
So stop it. That's facts. Yo, that was so dope. That reminded me of the Martin episode when the women thought that they could be men. You want to be a gladiator, huh? A bodybuilder, huh? What's that? Yo, he was talking that real.
This game ain't for y'all.
Yo, it's real because we doing everything out here in these streets.
This game ain't for y'all.
Stop it. I got.
Hey, listen, this is God given. God has given man traditionally the more dominant features, stronger,
That's why y'all
willing
more
to
emotional.
push through.
That's why y'all more emotional. It's like this. Right now, men are more emotional because we realize, a lot of men realize that they can't really provide for their woman. They can't really grow up and build a family as easy as they as naturally as it's supposed to be. So when we're passionate, we're called angry. When we say something, mostly black men, we're belittled. So that's why it seems like black men are angry and that we don't we're not handling our business. But at the end of the day, like you were saying, women can't handle the things that men can't. So y'all need to
Can.
take a step. Yeah. So y'all need to take a step back and realize that even though y'all are making more money because y'all are being paid more, that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And that's fine. If you want to be equal in the workplace, I salute that. That makes sense. But
When it comes to the household,
conception, man has been the hunter. Man has been the provider. Like we were saying
Woman
earlier,
is a caretaker.
if somebody breaks in the house, I'm not going to look at you to go downstairs and see what's going on.
right? You're gonna look at me and you're gonna take care of my wounds when I'm done.
If my oil needs to be changed, I'm not going to say, hey, babe, my oil say low. Can you change that for me?
Right.
No, I'm going to do it.
I'm gonna do it. And you're gonna suck my dick because I just worked hard for you.
Hey, that's how you keep a happy home. That's how I'm not asking you to do it, but if that's how you keep a happy home. You dig what I'm saying? So y'all don't want to trade places. It is not tough. It is not easy being a man.
Right.
You gotta fight off the robber, change the oil, make the money, fight the robber, change the oil.
But like my man
make
was
the
saying,
money.
he was saying that women and men are equal because men can't have babies. Like we all have our own personal traits. You know what I'm saying? Like women are supposed to be
Go ahead.
women are supposed to be that emotional, consoling people. We're supposed to be the tough, aware, handling,
But that is human nature as a fact. That
Right.
is in our DNA.
Right.
If somebody breaks in the house, in my DNA, without my mind saying anything, my body tells me to get up and see what's going on downstairs. My body does not tell me to look to the woman next to me and say, hey, babe, can you go see what that sound was downstairs?
Right.
When the waiter or waitress brings out the check,
Well,
who does she give it to?
she gives it to the man.
She gives it to me.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies, you want to trade places? Hey, waitress, that's for her.
Right.
You drive home, like you said.
I'm tired.
When we walking in the house, you walk on the inside. So if a car jumps the curb, it hits you.
Not me.
Y'all don't know the feeling to where I gotta walk on the outside, basically saying, hey, just in case a car jumps the curb, I have to be the one that dies.
Right.
If I hear a sound downstairs, I have to be the one to check it out, knowing that it's a good chance there's a robber that kills me and you can call the cops. After the robber kills me, 9 times out of 10, he realizes, hey, I need to run.
Right.
You survived, I saved your life.
You locked the door.
Is that the life you want?
Right.
It's not.
It's
So if occasionally a man wants Chick-fil-A sauce
Let me
and
get
you
you Chick-fil-A
see him
sauce.
getting Chick-fil-A sauce,
Instead of barbecue sauce.
just remember when there was a robber downstairs, he got the bat and went and checked it out.
right.
When the waitress brought out the bill,
he paid the bill.
he took it.
Yeah.
Right.
When your oil needed changed,
Who changed it?
he changed it.
Well,
So if occasionally he wants Chick-fil-A sauce,
he's gonna get Chick-fil-A sauce. Cause
not me on the other hand. I'm just
No.
saying.
Because that brother deserves it.
He deserves it. Cause D, what is it? What is it?
Natural.
No, what is it?
I don't know.
It's a man's world.
Man, yeah.
Doom.
Right.
Oh man. Real talk. Yeah, yo. He ain't have your back. He ain't have your back. He
listening,
said,
man.
look,
Our chemistry a little off right now.
I was listening,
Our
man.
chemistry a
Did
little
you
off.
rehearse this beforehand?
Like 10 minutes earlier, you know what I mean? I had his back with the
He
doom.
said, "Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, shit. Go ahead, Steve. You got it."
I was listening.
Nigga, we a team, brother.
Right.
We a team, but nah. All respect though.
Y'all checking out that Tupac movie?
Yo,
Yo, I mean, I heard previews on that one though.
what'd you hear?
I heard with the previews with it that it wasn't as good as it was, and also just throwing it out there, I always listen to Celebrity Buzz. I never knew Jada Pinkett messed with Tupac,
Yeah, that was the thing.
but how do you feel, right? Because my girl sent me something on IG. Basically, she put on, I'm not sure if it was Twitter or what social media it was, she basically put on there how she disliked the movie because it didn't credit to who she was in a relationship
credited her
with
just a
Tupac.
chick.
It credited her, yeah, and like but she was also confessing her love for him
Yeah.
as a person. Like, as a husband, are you upset about that?
Nah, because he did. He did. My girl can talk all the shit about a dead nigga. Can't get her. Can't fuck her nigga. No disrespect.
But it was
Recipes
almost
to
like,
the recipes to the
though,
God.
if she found somebody else like him, she would leave you.
Nah, that's a little insecurity. I mean, it's Tupac. It's fine. My girl can talk shit
He
about
was
singing.
one of
It's
the
too
I
best
far.
think it's just.
rappers
I
ever.
think it's just because of his impact on.
She
the
said
world.
how was a
It's
horrible
because
movie.
it's because
She
he's
said-
dead.
She said it was a horrible movie and everything. It
But
didn't really play close
The
to the role.
only thing that I dislike about celebrities, like I was talking to D off air, about celebrities downing that movie is Benny Boom directed. That's a black videographer from Philly who started off as an assistant to Hype Williams, just directing music videos.
True.
LT Hutton is a producer, a black man producing a $16 million movie. It's a biopic about one of hip hop's heroes, Tupac. It's kind of like a second coming to Straight Outta Compton, because you figure you make Straight Outta Compton, then you make Tupac movie, then you make the Death Row movie. So it's like you are opening the path for more of these all black movies. Like, that's our thing. Music is our thing.
Yeah.
Give us our thing. Right? That's what we own. Music, black music, hip hop is pop culture. That's us. That's something that, you know how Chinese people got nail salons. Mexicans got horticulture. Hip hop is us. Music is us.
Right.
So as celebrities, Jada Pinkett, I was telling D, 50 downed it too. No matter what you feel about this movie, let it breathe.
Right.
Because when I heard 50 say something bad about it, because he is 50 Cent, he showed that he can make great movies and be in great movies. I don't like going to the movies anyway. That swayed me a little bit. Now I'm like, should I go see it? Because I don't like going to see movies anyway. So I'm saying, let it breathe. Let people make their own decisions, but let it do well the first week.
Right.
A black director, black producer, black cast, and black culture. At least let it do numbers. You dig what I'm saying? Because if that does numbers, now we can make Death Row. Now we can make the Rockefeller film. If this doesn't do numbers, guess what? They say Straight Outta Compton was a fluke. It's not real. 8 Mile is where it's at.
Right.
It'll work with Eminem. It don't work with black culture.
But Get Rich or Die Trying was hot.
Right. But Notorious wasn't. They missed it with Notorious.
Yeah,
We
well,
liked it, but it really didn't have a lot of box office success.
As it
I don't know
should.
how much box office success Get Rich or Die Trying had. Like,
Right.
like Straight Outta Compton had big box office success. It was made with for like 10, like as far as like the profit margin. So this movie cost more than a lot of these movies. The budget was like 16 or 20 million, something like it was a legit budget for a black director, black producer, black cast. Like that was a pretty solid budget. So we need this movie to do well. I don't care how bad it is. Let it breathe, man. Just let the people go see it. Jada Pinkett, 50 Cent, y'all down in this movie, and Jada Pinkett was the one saying, "Let's let Oscars all white." You know, my husband isn't nominated for an Oscar. Well, don't down these movies, because these movies need to do good. If these movies do good, they're going to open the budget for black producers and directors. I don't care if it's a terrible movie. Don't down it.
And then also too, letting it breathe. I like the fact you saying let it breathe. When you reply back so far, so quick, it's almost like you're thirsty. You was waiting,
This is the first day it came out.
and you already commented.
Let
on
us
it.
make that decision.
Give me like 2 weeks in. Wait till you get an interview, because you know they're gonna give you an interview. Once you get the interview,
Give it a month.
you say, you know what? Is this something I can do? Is this something I can handle? Like, you know,
And then you can talk your trash.
Yeah, they down it way too fast. Way too fast.
And unfortunately, you guys are people who are influencers.
True.
Just like if it was a quote unquote white movie. Let's say Leonardo DiCaprio came out. I'm not comparing 50 to Leonardo, but I'm just saying. Let's say
yeah, he's popular.
let's say a popular white
Tom
musician
Cruise, yeah.
came out and said, "Oh, this movie's not that good." He's gonna sway the people who like him.
Yeah.
50 Cent, Jada Pinkett. That's two. Jada Pinkett got the women. 50 Cent got the men.
Yeah.
Y'all are killing.
Yeah.
Y'all are killing our movie.
Right, because I'm not gonna lie.
Why? Why do you have to publicly shame it?
When I saw that,
Talk to your friends
and
about
then
it.
When I saw that, I'm not gonna lie. The comments when I saw that, because also I saw like one of my boys I used to go to school with back in the day comment on it and said he didn't like it.
That's fine. He could do that.
Right, because I don't care about him, because I still want to watch it. Because people said Straight Outta Compton was a corny movie, but I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was trash as the
But
people
it did
thought
numbers.
It did numbers. It did better than like the what's the movie New Edition. But anyway,
For sure. It was
a better movie. But
was a
some
theater
people like
movie.
New Edition, some people didn't. But I just think it goes to say, like, as an artist, you have such a big impact that you shouldn't make a vocal opinions about something that is these people's lives.
That
It's
is
their
something
livelihood.
that could help you.
For sure.
50. What if you want a movie? What if you in a movie two years from now? Maybe Hollywood doesn't open a budget for 50 Cent because it's like, man, if Tupac didn't do numbers, why would 50 do numbers? You dig what I'm saying?
True.
Like, this is Tupac, arguably one of the best hip hop artists of all time. If Hollywood sees Tupac not do numbers, they're gonna say, if Tupac can't do numbers, we seen Biggie didn't do numbers. None of these black movies can do numbers. So I'm gonna give y'all a bunch of Best Men. I'm gonna give y'all a bunch of Boys in the Hood. That's all y'all can do. Y'all do the gangster shit.
Terrence Howard, all
Y'all
those.
can't do the iconic movies. Like Straight Outta Compton, box office wise was iconic. It did such a large profit compared to what the budget was. The budget was like $5 million, like something. It was kind of like Get Out. Like Get Out did well, but that wasn't even an all black cast. You got this Tupac movie about all black culture. Let it do well, man. Like I said, because I listened to the interview of LT Hutton and Benny Boone, and they were saying like, you know, Straight Outta Compton, then we're gonna follow it up, even though it's a different director and different producer. We're gonna follow with the All Eyes on Me, which is a Tupac movie. Then we're gonna hit him with the Death Row, which is kind of like the trilogy. That's like the finale, because you know, Dr. Dre moved to
Snoop.
Death Row, Snoop moved to Death Row, Tupac Death Row. So it's like this is like the finale. You know,
Sure.
if that do numbers 10 years from now, and they can tell a Rockefeller story. Another 5 years later, they can tell a Cash Money story. 20 years later, we could tell a OVO story. We could tell a, you know, We the Best story, because Khaled seems like he's about to go on an iconic run we've never seen. So we can tell them stories.
Jay-Z.
That's our culture.
Jay-Z
Let's
story.
embrace our culture. Chinese people got karate movies.
Bruce
A
Lee.
lot of karate movies,
Jet
because
Li.
that's their culture.
And they
We
love
gotta stop saying, oh, all black people won't want to be rappers. A lot of Chinese people want to be karate people. Is that a fact or is that a fact?
Your own
That's
salons.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's
that's
our
a fact.
culture.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
Hip hop is our culture. Whether that is hip hop is more than rap. Hip hop is a culture. You know what I mean? Hip hop can be this. This podcast. This is very hip hop. This podcast is a very hip hop. You know, we have a very our dialogue, the way we talk, the way our opinions on things. That's hip hop. Like hip hop is our culture. It's more than just rap. So I'm saying don't kill that. Because what do we got after that?
We ain't got nothing.
They're gonna crucify. I don't agree with that at all, man. I just don't agree
I
with
feel
somebody
like
with a voice down in that movie.
I feel like it's lame.
Yeah, I just don't agree with that. I don't care how you feel about it. You don't kill that movie because then you complain that they don't open a budget for us. Well, if you're a white person
Right.
and you're a white person in Hollywood, you hear Tupac, one of the greatest figures in hip hop community.
Yeah, he was
When you-
Tupac was one of the greatest.
He was one of the greatest black people, period, because he was more than a rapper. He was a
Tupac?
social justice warrior.
And he was a poet.
He was a poet. He
Yeah.
fought for our rights. He went on MTV and like he was more than just a rapper.
Right.
Like I know he had his moments where he was talking crazy,
Right.
but he was all about bigging up the community. So they like, man, not only is he a rapper, but he's somebody who kind of leads them just a very urban version. He's not Martin Luther
agree.
King, but an urban version.
I agree, yeah.
And he can't do numbers.
True.
I'm not opening the budget for them.
Right. So I do feel like 50 Cent and Jada Pinkett did lower it down for the other people, because you got to think about it in reality, right? Like Jada Pinkett, even though she ain't as popping as Will Smith now, she's still a valuable, iconic.
She got a
figure.
voice because you heard it.
Set
You
It
heard
Off
it.
will always be forever.
You heard about it.
I did.
She got a
Because
voice.
you know why? Because the Shade Room posted it on
She
there.
has a voice. That's Jada Pinkett.
50 Cent said it. How do you know about it? Like, listen, I saw it on 50 Cent page. I heard my boy say it. So it's now it's the thing like, if 50 Cent said it and then all these other people said it too, I'm not watching that shit. My boy said, listen, don't waste your money on it. Watch it on Fire Stick.
That's what 50 said.
That's corny.
Well, that's what 50 said. But for me, I think 50 was trying to be just 50, but then you got to think about it like, yo, as a culture,
You gotta follow.
we respect you so much as a person. You should be like, listen, yo, go support black artists.
Right. See how you
Go
feel
check
about
it out, see what you think. Let us say, yo, 50, we saw it,
We
but
ain't
ain't
like
nothing
it.
like you, bro.
Yeah. Let us
'Cause
show
you
that we
humble.
support ours.
Let's say something real quick. Even in the black community,
Get on the mic, brother. If you gonna
y'all
talk.
don't even
exchanged hands more than one time before it leaves the community. In a black community.
Right.
But in the Jewish communities, they exchange money like 10 times before that shit leaves.
Asian community as well.
Asian community as well. That is what's going on. Like, that's why we need to, if we can keep the black dollar strong by keeping, like, you know how you begin your folks platters? If you keep doing that shit you keeping a dollar in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Support your own.
Support your own, man.
That's what it's all about. You can't build up
People don't support each other, man. I've been supporting people out here for a minute.
It's
Niggas don't support nobody, dog.
And then you say you're gonna stop supporting them. Now on the end, on one side of the realm, I get it. I'm not saying it makes sense, but I get it because we came up so much. We started so much on a head start. We became so hungry. We don't want to see anybody eat before us, but we have to realize that our thinking is like that because of how we were treated back in the day.
Right.
So realize our mentality isn't the right mentality.
Right.
It is just a lasting effect of our oppression. You feel what I'm saying? So the fact that we crabs in a barrel isn't because we're bad people. It's just because we were starved for so long. Now we have a chance to eat. We don't want to see someone else eat before us. Remember the fact that our mentality is still a product of that oppression.
Right.
So realize that and say, as much as I feel like I don't want to see the next man eat, let me help him eat. Because hopefully if he eat, he can help me get
but
food.
We still feel like we like top class too. Like kings know that too. So it's like we feel like we want to put people on first. We don't want to ask the next man too sometimes. So it's like, you know what I mean? So
stubborn. You stubborn.
Yeah, you stubborn.
You stubborn. You hungry.
We stuck in.
You stubborn and you hungry.
At the end of the day, I agree with you, dude. We stuck in our ways. I just think really what it comes down to is just being humble. Like that is the most truthful thing ever. Just sit down, be humble with Kendrick. Like them words he said is so real because you have to be humble. You can learn something from everybody. Even if you feel like it's somebody, you be like, this dude is so nutty. He do the same thing every day, but he's teaching me something. He's teaching me not to be a fool.
right.
It's true.
He's teaching me saying like, you know what? I'm not gonna do what he did. I saw this man be great and I seen him fall down. So we gotta learn to accept people for who they are and learn like, you know what? I don't want to be like him.
They say a smart man learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others.
Other people. So you go to a job, you're at a job, and you're like, this person been here for 10 years, he ain't move up, but this person moved up in 2 years. So I'm going to learn from this person who's been here for 10 years because he knows something because he's still here. But I also want to learn from that man being for 2 years to see what he did to move up. So it's the thing about it is like you can't put yourself in a position of I'm the best to where you feel like you can't. When you feel like you can't be taught is when you failed in life.
Yeah, you can learn from everything.
That's
A
when you
man
fail.
that think he knows everything knows nothing.
Nothing at all. And that's where I feel like I hate to bring him up again, LeBron. He feels like he cannot be taught anything because he feels like he's the best in the world.
You know
Michael
nothing.
Jordan never ever quoted on TV, I'm the best in the world.
He was always a student of the game.
We always thought he was the best because his actions showed it. When you show me with your actions who you are, like Curry, he doesn't say I'm the best. He never ever said I'm the best
Right.
shooter. I'm the MVP. The way he played proved that he was the MVP. KD proved he was the MVP because how good he was.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, as people, as human, as black culture, we don't have to promote it to everybody. Because one time when you're good, you're good. You think about it. Martin Luther King, the way he got promoted, do you think he was like, hey, tell everybody? No. He was just so good at what he did that everybody was like, yo, this dude Martin. Yo, this dude Martin. This dude Martin. Like, you know what I mean? DHPOV. Like, the reason you got all your followers is because somebody knows you, somebody else knows you. You probably get people that hit you up. You be like, I don't even know who this is. It's because your craft, bro.
We need to move in groves to support each other.
That's facts. That's
Period.
it. That's the bottom line.
That's period. And you need to know the why behind the what. The reason why is because if this person wins, we win.
Right, and you got to be
Period.
humble enough to say, you got to be humble enough to be like Klay Thompson and say, you know what? I don't want you to come on my team, but if you come on my team, we're going to win a championship.
But why don't I want you to come on my team?
Because you know why? Because you want to
take
be
my
greedy.
shine.
You want to be the best.
Why
That's
wouldn't
a
I
Delaware
want? Why
mentality,
that is
though.
a very poor man's
it's very
mentality.
stupid because you know what? You make my team
I want to
better.
create in every aspect of every level. Think about the United States of America. What do? We get allies. France, whoop their ass in war, become their ally. Whoop Germans in war, they're our ally. Now I don't know if that's a fact. This is me just rambling countries, but I'm saying we have a lot of allies. And as America, in order for us to be strong, in order for the nation, the world to be strong, you need allies. What did Instagram do? They build themselves up, and they say, "I'm gonna let Facebook buy me. They can buy me. I'm sure he still got shares in it, but we'll be stronger if Facebook buys me. If we come together on a partnership, we're stronger. So that's just, and not even to bring it to basketball, but that's a fact. Like in every aspect of life, you try to team up to do great things, because at the end of the day, you want to create a legacy, regardless if it's movies, sports, medicine, all the medical people. They come together to create a cure for cancer.
Yo,
that's what they do.
What you said was so mad. Like, so what you said, I'm gonna leave it at this. I know we've been going on about it, but Maya Angelou said this: with a person that you see, right, you may not remember their name or who they are, but you always remember how they make you feel. So when I think about the Warriors, right, how did it make you feel when you watch them? It's so amazing.
It's exciting.
When you watch Jordan, he was so amazing. Like, it was something you never seen before. So I only said it to say that it's not about who you are or how big you are. It's about how you make people feel. People like you because you make them feel good. When they watch your comedies, they're like, yo, D make me feel good. I laugh. Like, he's so stupid. He funny as hell. Like, when they look at Matt, when he make the clothes, but like, yo, his clothes are so dope. Like, yo, remember that dude who made them clothes? Like, nah, I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about the dude, Matt. So when you find somebody who makes you feel good, it's a feeling that you'll never forget. You be like, yo, I forgot his name. Because even when we talk to each other, like, yo, remember the boy name? But like, nah, remember we was at that one time? Because he created a memory. We talked about it earlier. He created a memory that you're like, yo, I will never forget the way that person made me feel. When you get somebody that does that, forever, you will be one of the greatest forever. That's why Jordan is great as he is. That's why all the people, Shaq is the great he is. Dwayne Wade, Iverson, when he stepped over Tyronn Lue, because he created that moment where he's like, yo, we never seen that before. That was so gritty. It was so real. When he made the wore the big jerseys, I was like, yo, I remember how he made me feel. I remember that. When we had the IA-70s, remember I had the Nextel had had the thing with my clip. When that thing go burst through, we remember how that thing make you feel. Somebody busted like, yo, it made me feel good. So when we get 10 years, 15 years, 20 years later, when we talking about this, we gonna be hype about it because we remember how that made us feel. So it's a feeling that you get.
Moments. Yeah.
That's a fact. All right, man. We got anything else before we wrap up?
I'm out.
We good?
POV.
We
good
Gucci?
shit.
Pippen trash.
We out.
Tony Parker trash. All right.
Top five. Pippen trash, but Tony Parker top 5 point guard.
Yo, you gotta chill.
It's not a fact.
Yeah, it's not. He's a Kawhi.
Hey, guys, it's not a fact.
Kawhi is the best player in the world to DH.
It's not a fact. Talk Free Podcast. I'll go by the name of Glorious Sin.
It's your boy Show Off.
DH, man.
This was the finals edition. Basketball is coming to an end, folks.
Pull
So
up.
this is the end. It's time for football. So we out.